Welcome to the Full 42. We got George with us today.
We had George.
We had to have George with us. We met him. We've known him beforehand, but we spent a lot of time at a gathering with him, and had to have you on.
Quality time.
Yes. Good.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad you can make it.
And of course, unfortunately, we're missing Katia today. But go check out our Kickstarter. Give her support, love and support.
I really thought you were going to say, and unfortunately, we also have Mike here.
I mean, that just goes without saying, right?
You missed an opportunity, man. That's all.
Hey, Donnie, Corey.
Hey, I love those guys.
It's like the gathering all over again.
A little gathering reunion. Yeah, and then George and I ended up spending more time together at Gamma right after, which you did not go to, Chris.
That's right. I probably dodged the bullet because I think I hugged way too many people, and I also got the Gamma vid, as they called it. That was fun.
Nice. Yeah, I dodged it. I was fine, and I hung out with everyone that said they got it. Ross was fine. I think there were a couple other people that I was around that got it. It was weird.
I mean, surprisingly, I think you hugged more people than I did. So
I do know quite a bunch of people.
George.
Hi, Eugene.
Yeah, so we're gonna hi Stephen. We're just gonna give people a few minutes to get in, say hi, and everything like that. Before we do, George, want to give us just like a few little overall about who you are in the industry and all that wonderful stuff, and also all the cool stuff behind you.
Sure, I'd love to. Well, if you can tell by my name. Even though, it's spelled wrong at the bottom, but I am Greek. I have George twice in my name.
Oh, you're right, it is.
And my dad's name is also George, but thankfully I am not from Georgia. I actually was born in Medicine Hat in Canada, but I grew up in Athens, Greece until I was like 18. And when I moved back to Canada, I went to a comic book store, and to explain this room, I started collecting things that, I love movies. I love video games, as you can tell. And so this little collection started when I was 7. I'm 43 now, so sadly not 42. That would have been perfect. So I'm a bit of a geek and a collector, and I work way too much. And since I spend all my time in this room, I figured why not make it into this? And it's a good icebreaker. Whenever I meet new clients, they're like, wait, before we talk about anything further. Is that a T-Rex behind you? Yep. I am behind Oniro, and my background is a filmmaker. I used to be in video games for a while, but I was welcomed with open arms by this wonderful industry, and I now am very proud to work with a lot of big publishers and small publishers and designers, like everyone that makes such incredible games, and I get to do their videos, whether they're live action or 3D animation, marketing stuff, Kickstarter page design, all kinds of fun stuff. And I couldn't be happier. I started full-time 4 years ago now, almost, and I haven't looked back since. And every time I go to some of these conventions, it just feels like I'm visiting family and friends. I love this industry. So, thanks for letting me have an opportunity to tell a bit of my story. But
we'll dive in a little bit. Like we'll go check out the website and stuff.
Oh no!
And of course. We're gonna also talk about let's just talk about everything that we're gonna do tonight, because that's a lot, right? We're gonna talk about our top 5 horror games. So if you're here for that, we'll definitely talk about that. And I totally am ready for that. I don't have a list that I didn't sort at all. We're gonna do a lightning round with George here in just a minute, and we have some games to play if we got more time. Trivia. What was it? What was it that you called it? The top 50 BGG trivia.
Yeah. So, well, I pivoted a little bit for today, but I have a top 50 BGG, kind of a question with a follow up, and then a little bit of a trivia with that ranking game that we had played a couple times before, where like I read somebody's shitty 1 rating, and you guys can guess the game, and then I'll give you more hints as we go. So I'll explain that as we go. But I got 5 of them. They should be fun, at least.
Nice.
I can't wait.
Got a question
Pretty
for you, George. When your next cons, people wanting to find?
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I had booked everything up until Gathering of Friends and Gamma, and I really want to go to Origins because now everybody's going to be there, and I'm feeling FOMO. It'll be quite real. I might actually go to Essen this year, which would be amazing. Combine that with a trip back home to Greece and visit family there, so that would be amazing if I can go again. Other than that, yeah, I think I'm going to wait for next year and start all over again. Like, I'm going to hit some of the major ones that were. Yes. I'm supposed to go to KuzCon too, guys, by the way. I felt like I should probably mention that. Somehow I got this, thought in my head.
I don't know where you would have gotten that
I
idea.
got that thought in my head, but obviously KuzCon, yeah. Yeah.
People asking about what's on your background.
Leatherface statues. Unfortunately, I don't yet, but that is a brilliant idea. I'm gonna have to go hunting for one after this. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have you on again. I want a 1x1 of every piece that you have.
Well, it gets worse on this side. There's a Buffy shrine, there's aliens, there's all kinds of things, and then next door is the home theater where the big pieces are.
Wow.
The dinosaur in the background isn't big.
No, only 7 feet long.
Only 7 feet. Wow.
Jesus.
Actually, we have 2 of them because they made a mistake with the first one, and then we couldn't ship it back. It's 300 pounds, and they're like, you know what? We'll just send you another one. So the plan is to put them in front of the house. Like some people have gargoyles.
Yeah, like the food dogs, the good luck food dogs that are in the front of your yeah.
Exactly.
Vito says, "Show the door."
Show the door. Oh, I can't really bring the camera there, but he's talking about my custom labyrinth door that has the 2 door knockers from the movie.
Yeah.
I know. I'm crazy, guys.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Now everybody knows how crazy I am. This is great.
There's a line.
That's
there,
amazing.
Paul. I would
Thanks
not
for
say
making
crazy.
it public.
Not crazy. We're just jealous. That's all.
Yeah, totally.
Well, it's not like your guys' backgrounds aren't cool. You have some really neat things right there.
I'll say it again. This is a green screen. None of this is real.
He's got a great orange game back there, but other than that, it's all.
Yes.
I'm in mid-move, so that's my excuse.
You've
I
been
just
saying
threw
that
a bunch
for
of stuff on you. I am still in mid. We just finally painted a wall right here, so eventually you'll see red.
Nice.
I see red every day, man.
Fair enough. All right. How about we jump into announcements? Plus, do you have a Luca painting for us to look at?
I do. So this week, for those that have been following along, my 18-month-old, who's ridiculous, paints with watercolor and will give me the brush back when he wants a new color. And I think this one might be one of my favorites that he's done. This was done last month, but.
That is amazing. Wow, look at that.
And so now we can say what we think we see, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So kind of like those Rorschach tests. Like what do you see in this painting?
I see a unicorn T-Rex at the bottom and a snake floating above him.
Okay. Unicorn
I
T-Rex.
definitely see adult things that I'm not going to talk about.
He's 18 months. He's 18 months.
But yeah, if this was one of those tests, they would definitely know what I'm like.
I see. I actually saw the first time, just when you popped this up, it's the first time I've seen it. I saw a island with like a really tall mountain, and then you're seeing the reflection of that island, and it's got fireworks going off.
Nice.
That is really good.
I like that one. I definitely see. So this to me is somebody giving a middle finger. I can't unsee it. Obviously with the snake vibe, but if I want to be an adult about this, I saw the same thing with the island and the reflection in the water, and then like the sunset behind some clouds or something.
Joe sees a plane and a blue worm.
That works.
That's kind of the snake, yeah.
Sure. I can see the plane too.
Bioluminescent underwater scene.
Ooh, I like that.
I like that word too. Bottom right looks like Yoshi Unicorn.
Yeah, it does.
Phoenix and a flying dragon racing to a rocky island. Ah, someone else saw the island.
Is that Phoenix or is that just misspelled phallic thing?
Phoenix is.
Okay, Phoenix. Sorry, Steven, you caught yourself. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. That's a good one. I like that one. He went with a lot of colors that time.
Yeah,
Usually ends at like 2.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten a couple of more recent ones, like yesterday's or the day before. Is he kind of was scribbling more, so it kind of blurred out a lot of the lines. But like his face when he does one of the lines and he just looks up, it's really he's.
That's so cute. I love that.
This was last time, George.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's also cool. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, so I put the date on the back of when he did it, so later on he'll know. And then when they're on the show, I put on the bottom like which episode, so I can go back and look.
That's so nice. I love
it. And next announcement that you got. Oh, here's a quick question for you. Let's see if you remember, Mike, or anybody in comments. How many pounds does Thanos weigh?
Jesus.
I've asked this 3 times in a row now.
It like 960 something.
You're close.
Then I'm not going to say my number.
What's your guess, George? We'll do.
Well, now my guess is 850.
It's 985.
Oh.
I'm going to write it down so I get it right next time. 985.
It's just one of those weird random facts that we had in one of our games, and I keep it on my desk because I haven't cleaned it off yet. So.
Well, at first I'm like, which Thanos? Because I know a lot of Greek Thanoses, so.
Good.
You know, that one.
Yeah, right.
The snappy one. All right, so why don't we jump right into the intimidating lightning round?
Oh, boy.
Oh, wait, before we do, because it'll be weird if I bring it up later.
Right.
There's something I want to share.
What, you want to say it before you just hit a weird thing and
no, I'm gonna do
I don't know why it's happening?
I'm going to do the weird thing.
Okay, okay. Don't leave. We're going to be back.
Give me a second. You'll appreciate it.
Loud.
That's fucking banging, man.
Right.
So Chris,
you want to tell them what that was? Yeah.
I'll announce it. So Chris put that together, and again, thank you. That's one of the cool. Like I love it. I'm starting a new show. I'm not exactly sure if it's going to be live every week or recorded because it depends on where the connection is going to be. But so for instance, tomorrow we're going to be. I talk about the Bullfinch Brew Pub, which we meet every Tuesday for QSCon Tuesdays, and we're going to be playing a game live in the back at the chef's table or whatever they call it. We're going to play Heroes of Arcadia, and I'm going to attempt to stream it live from the brewery. And then if that goes well and the connection's okay, then either that'll be every week or bi-weekly live streams in addition to what we're doing. So we got the Monday show, this Monday show, we have the Tuesday show if it goes well from the brewery, and then we'll have the Wednesday show with Chris and his brother. So we're starting to branch out the full 42 into different things. So that's the intent anyway. This is the play will be more about playing games and what game is on the table, whether that's me and someone else playing a game or a group of people playing a game. But the intent is to be playing a game, whether it's somebody's upcoming game from Kickstarter or if we're live streaming it from one of the digital platforms that we do. The intent behind it is going to be about playing games with someone or a group of people. So that's the next thing coming from the full 42.
Congrats. That's exciting.
Cool. I would listen to that song just by itself. Like that's just
yeah, Chris, that intro was amazing. You don't need to do more stuff like that because yeah, he's like, I'm sure, George, it's okay. But hey, I'll be waiting one day.
Nice. Nice to have options. So let's do the lightning round.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Should I run away now? Is this when I should run away?
No, that's not that bad.
Oh no, this is good. This is great stuff here.
I'm ready.
All right, so let me share this. Is this the right button? Right button, yeah. All right, so what's going to happen here? Some of our watchers will be familiar with these questions because I have not updated them like I promised, but they're all new to you, so that's all that matters. But there will be a question behind here. If you choose yellow, we'll go down that path. Red goes down that path, and so on. And eventually, we'll get down to the bottom.
Oh boy!
Where, eventually, we'll get to the bottom where scientifically proven. We will find out what is it? Fictional character you are most like.
All right.
I don't think we've had anybody disagree too harshly with
Science has proven everyone.
Yeah, I mean, if it's based on science, then Okay.
So we're going to start with a real easy, basic one, which is fantasy or sci-fi.
Ooh, fantasy.
Ooh, that was quick, actually.
It was.
It's weird because I want to look in the background and count how many fantasy versus sci-fi things you have. Next is Lord of the Rings or Star Wars.
Ooh, that's a tough one, but I'll go with Lord of the Rings. I'll continue on the fantasy path.
All right. Go down to yellow. Always dance when you walk or sing when you talk.
I sing.
Really?
Yeah. Terribly, but sing.
It doesn't say sing well. Yeah.
Always sound like SpongeBob or everyone sounds like SpongeBob.
Let's go with yellow.
Your tolerance is more important than film noir or
horror all the way.
Yeah. What kind of question is that for this episode, right? You got to go horror.
All the way.
Receive a hug from Voldemort or Emperor Palpatine?
You know what? Voldemort. He has a cute nose. Let's go with that.
That's the first time we've heard that one.
Film. That's a mistake.
Well, red it is.
I thought I fixed that one. Sorry.
It just establishes, further connection here. I think that's part of the science, I think.
We all grow from our mistakes. Yeah. Be a Simpsons or Family Guy character?
Family Guy. Even though I don't know, I'm not excited to find out, but yeah.
Spock or Chewbacca?
Chewbacca.
Ooh. He's so quick with these.
Yeah. Well, you said lightning. I'm like, I think I'm timed.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Fine. Not get jokes or be the focus of every joke?
Yes, unfortunately for most of my friends who are, probably going to voice their opinion any minute as soon as I say be the focus of every joke.
Nice. Oh, we already got a result here.
Oh no. Okay, let's see.
All right.
Is there a drum roll?
It has a gong.
I don't have drums. I wish I had my drum machine, actually.
You have the gong, though. Hit the gong.
There you go.
Oh, nice. Okay, I love that.
I just thumped the spring on my mic. We're high class here. You are Cosmo Kramer from Seinfeld.
Okay, I can see that. Maybe.
Yeah. Fun character.
Maybe. Does he also collect things?
I think he does.
Could be.
Well, that was fun.
I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think that was the first time I've seen Spock or Chewbacca.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That might be because of the horror issue. Like, for instance, if you'd gone... Yeah, because that was the second time that was asked, right? So if you'd gone the other way...
You want to try and see an alternative?
Yeah.
Oh, disco, for sure.
Ooh, nice. I can agree with that one. It looks like you're heading back towards Kramer, though. Sound like Christopher Walken or Christopher Lloyd?
Actually, Christopher Walken.
Nice. Oh, now you're moving away. People are scared of you or people easily scare you?
Oh, kind of neither, but I think I'll go with red.
Oh, see? Now you get a different result. You're grouped.
I'm grouped. It's actually kind of perfect.
There you go. Yeah. So little mistake in the formula.
Well, maybe I'm a combination of both. That's even better.
Oh,
Science.
wow. The science.
Science.
All
Like,
science.
you guys just established some facts right here.
Well, that was our goal the whole time.
That was fun. That's great. Now I have to go back and see what other people were.
Yeah.
We're all specific and perfect.
Have you guys done it? Because maybe I've missed that episode.
I've never done it, but Mike and Katya.
Yeah, we both did it. I forgot who I was.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't remember who you ended up being.
So it was really close.
Yeah, we revealed it at one point. What we're all that's the Christmas one, not that one. Yeah, I can't remember which one you were though. So.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
But yeah, so since now we know more about you, we can dive into your website.
Oh no, that is actually happening. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, that is it. I need to update it.
I love you have some recent stuff here, especially.
Some recent stuff made it in there. Well, I should say Oniro is a Greek word also, and it means dream. And it's a word that's been following me around for a very long time. And I used to have a video game company called Dream Gazers. My production company is called Lucid. So there's a theme here, as you can imagine. So the Greek word for dream is Oniro. And I like to say to clients, like, I try to bring their dreams to life, because I was really lucky to work with some designers at the beginning who it was their first ever Kickstarter. And I still get some of those now, which I really enjoy when I do. And it's just to see how much passion they bring to the table. Like every time I do a video, for me, I wanted to do justice to all the blood, sweat, and tears. And a lot of people do it on the side. They have day jobs. And yeah, but as you can see, I've been pretty blessed with working with some incredible publishers and projects lately. And I've had a really good time working with not only with the clients, but also with the IPs. A little tidbit. When I was in Greece, I always had this dream of working with Spielberg. And in a way, in a way, working with Funko and some of their IPs that are based on Spielberg movies lately, I have been kind of making that dream a reality.
That's cool.
I think you've cost me a lot of money as I go through all of your
Yeah.
I cannot take the blame or credit for that, but thank you.
I don't know. I think you can take credit for some of it. I distinctly remember some of these videos that have sold me.
Oh, and I was so excited to finally get a copy. And thank you, Michael. At Gathering, you guys gave me the copy of Stuff of Legend. That was a really fun video to do too.
It was great.
Hey, I'm a backer. Where's mine?
Yeah, it's coming.
You got to know people, Chris.
That's true. I don't know people.
Yeah, and they got to like you.
That's the hard part. Yeah.
I actually went in and changed your address, so yours is coming to me. So
that's great.
Yeah, so sometimes it's crazy looking back at the website like you are now, and just how far we've come as a team. And I started just by myself, and now I'm really lucky to have people that I'm working with. And the other thing I want to mention is there's people in the industry that are doing the same thing as me, like Chris, you included. And we have like Ori and David, and like there's so many people, Fabian, and we have a group chat, actually, all of us. And when I started, we started talking, and I said to, like, it would be great if we could just all be friends. I know we're technically competitors, and Michael, you got to experience this where the three of us, Ori, David, and I, finally, Ori is from Israel, David's from Montreal, and I'm from Calgary. We were in the same place at the same time. Even we've been chatting online for like, almost 4 years now. So yeah, that's another thing I love about the industry, is also that I get to work with them, even though we have different companies and stuff. So there's enough work to go around, and we're all very very proud to be working in this industry. And yeah, it's really fun. It can be stressful, but yeah.
I think I have permission to show this. So
you should. You could show this stuff at Legend One too. 2 points before we move forward. You just as a fun fact, you beat David on the show. David's going to be our guest in 2 weeks.
Hey, that's great.
You
Okay.
can shove that in his face whenever you have a chance.
Take that, David.
Take that, David. And we're talking about David Diaz, who's the designer of Fossilis, and who also does the same sort of stuff that George does.
Yeah, he's with Mesa.
With Mesa Labs. Yep. It was magical to hang out with you and David and Ori. It's as if you guys have been friends since like grade school. Like you guys just clicked. It was so cool to watch. To your point about plenty of work in the industry, I think one of the things that has brought me closer into the industry, into board gaming, and what shines for me is that we're all kind of competitors in the same field, right? If we're a publisher, we're trying to get that game that's going to make, a footprint for us or make us known or get us those awards or whatever. But we're also supportive of each other, from the designers to the publishers, to the developers, to the graphic designers. Like we're all so supportive. The majority, I don't want to say all because that's too much of a blanket, because there are some, but for the most part, like no matter what part of the industry you're in this industry, there are always people you can reach out to and help, that'll help with answering questions or with anything that you have going on. And it's great to hear that that's the same in your part of the industry, because it's such a phenomenal industry. It really is.
You nailed it on the head, like Michael. I have never felt the way I feel when I interact with people in this industry. And like I said, every time I go to the conferences now, I mean, nobody knew who I was, and just started even on Facebook, just people welcoming me and saying, oh, really? Like, I'd love to recommend you to this person, or you work with one person. I've never advertised. That's another thing. It's just the industry is very supportive as it is, and they're really excited to help people. And yeah, I couldn't echo what you just said better. And the fact that you can create a career out of something you love, like for me, combining all the passions that I have, and including board games, which is crazy now. And I mean, I'd like to blame my board game connection to clients sending me games, but it's far from truth. No, I mean, yeah, I hope I can continue to do this for a long time. And yeah, I'm just really lucky. And yeah, and even opportunities like this, it's meeting you guys was such a highlight. Spending time with you guys was such a highlight. Yeah, each year it just gets better and better. So yeah, very humbled and very grateful.
Yeah, it was really neat. I knew that you had done work on the stuff of Legend before I met you. I did not know that you had done Andromeda's Edge, so that was kind of an interesting triumvirate of connections. But then when you started looking at all the things that you've had your fingerprint on, it's a hell of a resume, man.
Wow, I really appreciate that. Thank you.
True.
Yeah, I was really proud of Stuff of Legend when I did that. It feels like a long time ago, but doesn't it? I mean, I'm sure for you guys, I mean, I just did the video.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, the Kickstarter was October of 21, right? I mean, there were
yeah.
global shutdowns in the way, and so many different things that have happened since. But like, it's the emails, the addresses were just locked on Friday, so like in the next couple of weeks, this thing's going to be showing up on people's doorsteps and on people's table, and it's going to be pretty neat.
And also, it was really special that you taught us the game in Reno at the Glass Die that evening. It was really cool because it's finally like in the flesh. The game is here. It was just awesome. I had such a good time.
It was such an epic loss too, right? Like we just needed the one number to not be the right number, and it was the right number.
And it was, yeah. It was pretty good. It was pretty awesome. Like that was like, and that's another thing about board games. I know people probably have mentioned this before, but it's the memories you create, like because of the games. Yeah. Sometimes you will never forget those moments, no matter how many years go by. We would think of a game, and you would still remember. Like, do you remember what you said, or remember what happened? And yeah. And sometimes I try to capture that magic in the video, but obviously when you play the game, you get to experience that. But I can't thank you enough, you guys, for taking the time to go through some of my work in the website, and you guys are awesome.
Oh, great! We've said this. I know I'm a broken record when it comes to this, but like supporting good people in the industry is something I enjoy, and it needs to be done. So when there's opportunity to have a guest on that's your caliber. No, I'm not just blowing smoke. Like when you look at your track record, you look at the stuff that you, like I said, you've had your fingerprint on, like you do good stuff. So if people don't know you, they should. And if people are familiar, but they don't know who it is, like they should recognize what you've done.
Really appreciate that, Michael. I thank you so much. Yeah.
I won't tell David this later though. David's just, don't worry about that. We'll just talk about it.
I already kind of did now, didn't I? Yeah, David, you owe me, buddy. Well, thank you guys. This was awesome. Even for me to go through, I've been too busy. I haven't been to the website in a while, so it's nice.
It's like we're showing you your own website.
Yeah, it's like, right. Yeah. Oh, thank you. That's so nice.
I guess since the title of the video is top 5 horror games, we should talk about those. So as far as this goes,
before you move on, like for those that are interested in finding out more about George and what he does, there's links in the show notes. Obviously, we're going to see you at Origins, right? You'll be at Origins. You said you're definitely going to Origins.
It sounds like everyone's trying to get me to go. So right. I might have to, share a bed with you, Michael. But other than that, I'm coming.
I got room. There are 2 other people helping me in the booth, but there's definitely room. So if you're looking for a place,
I'm just kidding. We'll make it happen.
All right, good. All right, so you heard it. George is going to Origins.
Yeah. I have to.
Good shit. Yeah, so the show notes links to all the things that are important in finding out more about George and his company and what he does and all those things. So go support, go like, go share, go do all the good things to support good people, as I talk about all the time.
You guys are awesome.
No, that's so. Not, this is how rumors start, Steven. Stop.
I mean, I turned you down when you asked me at the gathering. So
again, rumors.
I'm sorry, Michael, but you kind of started your own rumors with that photo with you and David. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like that was
right.
That was perfect, and no one knew I was doing it either. Like, come on.
I had no idea.
All right, unless I'm going to pull up that photo for everyone to say, we should move on to top 5
let's
horror games. So, as far as horror games go, there's not, at least in my collection, it's not the most of that kind of theme that I have, right? So, as I was going through, I got a list and stuff, but it's just not super huge. And there's a lot of adjacent stuff that's like, yeah, that's kind of, that's kind of horror and stuff. And so we'll be kind of light on what we consider horror, I suppose, in some regard, but at least I will be.
How do we all kind of look at that? Because I went into Board Game Geek, and in advanced search, you can click horror, and there's a lot of games. I mean, there are some that they have labeled as horror that might not be your traditional horror, but are still labeled as horror. So how did you do your list, George? Did you only do games you played? Did you do games you want to play? Like, how did you go about it?
So I have my top 5 of horror games that I own, and you're right. Like, it is hard sometimes to categorize what's actually horror. Like, I would love for a board game to actually genuinely make me scared, because I just love horror movies in general, horror video games in general. I wish there was a board game based on Silent Hill, for example, or something like that. Yeah.
Please, if someone has, I have a game ready. I have a game. I'm ready. If anyone has a Silent Hill license, please.
Let's do it. And I hope I do the video.
Yes, it's got to happen.
Other than that, like I created my top 5, and I will explain why they're there. But I did have a couple of honorable mentions, and if we can mention, like, there's things coming that look pretty cool too, in the genre. And I think recent campaigns like Final Girl, I think it really helped kind of create a few more of those kind of games. But I hope that it continues, and I hope we get some really good ones. But I'm glad you guys went with this category, but it happens to be my favorite. But yeah,
it was a great.
I look forward to hearing what yours are.
It's a list, that's for sure.
It's a list.
That's some list.
I mean, if you guys have honorable mentions, like, let me know, because then I'd love to mention a couple of my own. But
Yeah, we do. Normally, it's just filling out the rest of the list is what happens. This is number 6, kind of real quick kind of stuff. But yeah,
mine are never ordered. I want to feel out what's coming and kind of segue into other things. Although this one there will be a caveat on this one, and I'm going to leave it off the list because of reasons. But you should guess my number 1 because I've talked about it multiple times. So.
Now my list is ordered because I do things that people want to see. So like when all the ones that I start with, the next one is better than that one.
So you say,
in my opinion, that's it. That's why it's my list. It's not just a chaotic grouping of games.
It's not chaotic. None of my lists are chaotic groupings.
We have this argument every time.
All right, who wants to start?
I can mention my.
I'll agree with that.
So I recently, a few years ago, I went to Japan, and I picked up a game that looked cool. And I was every city we would go, I would look for the board game stores there. And I went and found a Japanese horror game, which I kept in the wrap because I have many like this. So this, hopefully there's not.
Oh, yeah, I have that.
It's Hako Ona, and I think WizKids.
How do you spell it?
Published it in English, like translated it and stuff. I literally put it on I was going to put it on the list, but I've never played it. But it is like a hide and seek kind of game. And the reason I put it on my, worthwhile mentions is because there's not a lot of games with this kind of theme. Like if you read the back of the box, it's like, my dad put me in a box. This scary man showed up at the house and broke my bones and tossed me out. And then he never came back. Like I've been in this box forever. And it's about this girl that was like trapped in a box, obviously died, and now haunts this house. And then apparently likes to play hide and seek. And when she's hungry, she eats. And I thought, we will never see that kind of theme ever again. And like in the cover, it looks totally like something like, you would expect.
How do you spell it?
The Japanese title, I don't know if it's the same, but if you look it up on BGG, Hako Ona, HAKO ONNA. So I thought it was a worthwhile mention just from the theme alone.
If you can pull, I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Pull up some of the components, like picture the components, because it's got a really cool component on how you're stacking the things, and if they fall over, they make noise. But it's like a cardboard chit with like this half circle ball on it, and you gotta every time you do a certain thing, you gotta stack it, and if they fall over, it does. It's really neat. But you're right. There you go.
Yeah, because if you make noise, I think she basically comes out and kills you. But
oh wow!
Oh really? Yeah, so I thought it was worthwhile mentioning, but I didn't put it in my top 5 because I didn't play it yet. But the art alone, I'm like, this is great. I'd love to see more like that.
Oh, so this isn't your number 5?
No, this is in my honorable mentions because again, you saw the shrink wrap, and I would feel kind of cheating if I put it in my top 5 and I've never actually played it.
Wow. Yeah, that stacking system, it's like you're 2 or 3 in, and there's no way you can not knock them over. Like it's neat. It's really neat. And you're right, it is WizKids because I have it. I still have it here. It's not even in the library. It's still here.
I mean, and now I kind of treasure that original Japanese one because it reminds me of my trip to Japan too. And I was like, of course, finding that in Japan is perfect.
Sure. Yeah.
We have disagreements.
Yeah.
It's bullshit because it's difficult. Like it's not easy to like like I said, you're 2-3 chips in and it's gonna fall. Like there's no way around it.
So yeah, maybe the gameplay isn't that great, but I thought theme wise. Do you guys want to take turns and give you some of your honorable mentions?
Yeah. You want to go, Chris?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Why don't we do the numbers first and then do honorable mentions? Because I'm afraid that one of mine is going to be on someone's list, and I don't want to mess with this. All right.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah, smart.
So let's start with number 5. And George, you want to give us your number 5?
Oh, you want me to go first? Okay.
Yeah, of course.
So my number 5 had to be a game that I don't consider scary necessarily, but it is, of course, listed as a horror game. But when people ask me what my favorite board game of all time is, I often say Dead of Winter. And I love Dead of Winter so much because of the crossroads mechanic, because of the betrayer side of things. That I've had, like I talked earlier about memories. This game has given my group so many fun memories. Like we've had so many times we've been like exiling people right, left, and all over the place, and there wasn't even a betrayer. And I have a fun story too because I've always wanted to meet the creators of the game. And now I work with Isaac, and he is one of the loveliest humans ever. So it's kind of one of those things where they say, like, don't meet your idols. In this case, not at all. Meet your idols, and he's amazing. Amazing human being, amazing person, amazing friend, amazing client, and amazing designer, obviously, because this game, I told him he's going to visit me this summer, and I told him he has to sign it.
Nice.
But yeah, the reason I put it as my as my fifth game is because I didn't think it was that much of a horror game, but I feel it belongs there. Yes, Brad's right.
Yep.
Yeah, I love the Santa Claus guy. They each have their little crossroads stories sometimes that pop up, and his is one of my favorites. For some reason, the horse always pops up for me, and that's
yes, we actually
that.
put that on. I also love they used to have on their website you can go and create your own crossroads cards, and I had so much fun with that.
My only thing with that game is I wish the crossroads triggered more. Like it's such a fun thing when it happens that a lot of the times that I've played it, it's just gone around the table and everyone's just like, nope, crossroads card's done. Like
there's the scariest image right there.
The dreadest die ever. Yes.
Oh god, it always kills you.
I've rolled that stupid tooth like 3 times in a row in a game.
So yeah, that's my number 5.
Great pick.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right, Mike, what's your number 5?
It's not my number 5.
What's your 5th nondescript random ass?
It's not gonna be random.
Horror game that you just pulled off of search.
I'm gonna do them in release order.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start in 2008
because
that order matters so much to people. Go ahead.
It doesn't.
I wonder if we can guess though what game it is. That could be cool.
Oh yeah, 2008.
2008.
Ooh.
It's rated at a 7.3.
Ghost Stories?
Ghost Stories. Well done.
Good job, Chris.
What gave it away? The 2008 or the 7?
The time, the date. Yeah. I was trying to because I really didn't start my real collection until about 2011, and I remember that already being a big thing whenever I got it. So
yeah, I love it. I don't think I've ever beaten it. It's always like it ends with that we can do better kind of moment where you're like, nah, we got this, we can do it. You just got to play the tiles better, and you got to make sure you do the thing on the village tile or whatever. I mean, it's listed as horror. It was redone as The Last Bastion, which is not, I don't think horror. It's more fantasy themed than ghosts. But it's always been a go-to for me. I never felt the need to play it with any of the expansions, the White Moon, the Red Moon, whatever the other things are. Just the base game of this was so challenging enough. And I always felt like the ghosts were just coming to get you. Like there was nothing you could do about it. You got to get in their way and just attack them. It was cardboard chits and you're rolling the dice, but I always felt like there was this threat constantly around the board. And it's always been a favorite of mine. So
nice.
I've never beaten it either.
The art's fantastic. Like even the components, like everything about that game was just. It was one of the earlier games that I had played when I first got into the industry, but it's stuck around. Like it's been there. So.
And I always loved the little statues because I was like that. Like that's when my love for components started as well. I'm like, I need to collect anything that's shiny, gold.
That was right there.
Yeah, they're so great.
Yep.
Great pick.
Such a challenging game. It's so great.
Yeah, I've never beaten it either.
Yeah, it's so hard.
And like you, I don't have any expansions, so I don't know if that makes it harder or easier, or they're just more of it.
I have them. Like
I have them too, but I've never played them.
I never felt the need to open them and play them. Like I felt, even though the game is challenging, and yes, I've never beaten it, I always wanted to play more. I wanted to play it more because I wanted to do better. And it wasn't. Of
course you have it.
I mean, of course I have it.
All right, I'm gonna put mine in here. My number 5, Eldritch Horror.
All right, you're wrong, but that's okay.
I'm not wrong. It's better than Arkham.
It's not.
It's definitely better than Arkham. It's fine if you like Arkham more because of your nostalgia and all that stuff, but Eldritch is definitely better. However you say that word. Mainly, the reason why I feel that way is because they got rid of some of the, missing turns and things like that. But story game. Everybody knows Eldritch Horror, right? I don't have to get too deep into that. If you came here looking for horror games, you already know what Eldritch Horror is.
I enjoyed this one myself.
Yeah, fun Cthulhu. Oh well, so which one do you prefer, Eldritch or Arkham?
I will play either anytime. To be honest,
very diplomatic.
Very diplomatic. It's true though, but it is the truth. Like I will never say, "Do you mind if we play this instead?" Like I'll never do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I'd play either one as well, but if you asked me which one I would play. I just think it's a little bit tighter.
Yeah, that's a fair comment, I think.
And it came many years later too, so that's what happened.
It ought to be, right? Yeah.
I like how Mike's biting his tongue. It's great.
But it's okay to be wrong, Chris. It's fine. You're right.
No. You were biting your tongue. No.
I think it did some things. It definitely did some things better, but I feel the global aspect of it doesn't feel like Arkham to me, right? Like being in the town, when you're playing Arkham, you feel like the town is just going to shit. And when you're on this global scale, I never really felt the like, this continent is going to hell or this is happening over here. It felt so disconnected. And then I like the idea of the not dual use cards, but the way that the cards trigger twice, right? You have this thing and you do this thing. And then based on what happens, now you do this thing. It just delayed the turns more. Like we're just on Chris's turn longer before we get to George's, before we get to mine. It just felt like, there were things that were like the ticket system and there were things that seemed better, but overall I've played it a lot. I just never had the same feeling with that as I did with Arkham. And yes, there's a nostalgia, but I just think that there were a couple things that just weren't as impactful.
Sure. I mean, it's all subjective in the end, right? But what about the death idea? That thing where you die and your character stays there and someone can come along and then encounter you as a body or a ghost or something like that. That's fun.
I think that's a fun idea.
Arkham too.
Is that with base Arkham though?
You could die and then your shit just stays there and you rock a new character.
Like, that's not the same thing though.
Yeah.
And this one, if you
ghost.
Yeah. And this one, if you die, you actually find the body and there's like a little thing to do and stuff. It's
all right, if that's what does it for you, man.
All right.
That necro stuff. That's okay.
Well, why don't we move on to George's number 4, since we'll never see eye to eye. That's fine.
Oh, yeah. So my number 4, I'll preface it with this. If Eugen and Jen are still there watching, they'll remember this. I'm the kind of guy when I host game day, like if there's a cool theme, I will like dim the lights down, put the right music, put candles out, colored lighting to red, whatever. And I had to do that for this game, the Night Cage.
Ooh,
which theme-wise, again, like I'm very blessed to be working with Kurt and Smirk and Dogger. I love working with him, such a great guy. But I complained to him that we didn't meet earlier because I would have died to make the video for this. Because if you've seen the artwork for the characters and the creatures and stuff, it is so unique. I hadn't seen anything like it in the board game industry. It just reminded me of something like as unique as what Del Toro does for the movie industry. I thought that was really cool. Now, the gameplay is a hit or miss with my group. Some people love it. Some people hate it. I personally think it's super cool concept. Like the fact you're trying to just have candlelight. Like, look at these characters. Like, they're so freaking cool. So yeah. So my friends Jen and Eugene came over and they're like, "What are we doing? Are we sacrificing something? What's going on here?" But I was so excited to play this game. Yeah, that's my number 4. I think it's super neat. And of course, I love the deluxe edition, which has the acrylic pieces. That's the way to go.
Yeah.
And so,
So
yeah.
what is the theme exactly?
You just literally wake up in a dark place with only a candle and you're trying to escape and you don't know. It's just a very neat premise, very neat environment.
Wow.
And then as you go, like everything, like the whole, like the floors move and there's weird creatures that have that. And then your candle could it's kind of neat because like your light can extinguish and then it just brings me into the, yeah, Stephen, you're welcome anytime.
Very nice.
It has a very Kingdom Death feel to it, right? Where you wake up and you don't know what the hell's going on, and now you have.
Doesn't it though? You're right.
Yeah. Yep.
But look at those little, those are great. Look at those; they're so neat.
And they're pewter, right? The deluxe they come
Yeah,
with. The
they
pewter.
are. Yeah.
Wow.
And
That's
and
cool.
board game shot did those photos. Like he's amazing. What an amazing photographer.
Yeah, the deluxe edition of that game was through the roof. Like it was very, very well done. The playmat, the acrylic tiles, the tower that you're drawing from, very good stuff.
You just really want to light candles and dim the whole thing. And also, I believe there's an official soundtrack for this, which is what I was playing. So I love when games do that. They take the extra step to bring you into the atmosphere of the game. And with horror, I mean, it's perfect. It's perfect when they do that.
For sure.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, this one's kind of cute. You want to help him escape.
of course.
Yeah.
It's a good,
So that's my number 4.
Strong number 4.
yeah.
Mike?
All right. I was almost going to pivot based on that selection, but the one I was going to pivot to is actually next in release order. So this one, there's no way. There's no way you're going to guess this one. It came out in 2011.
Okay.
All right.
I think there were only 1,000 copies released from their website directly. It was never in retail. Yeah, it was very specific. It's rated at a 7.9, which I was shocked that it was that high, which I'm delighted that it is, but I was shocked because it's also ranked over 3,087 on BGG, but it's called Cave Evil.
Cave Evil.
So it's got the same kind of feel as the Night Cage with
look at that.
Yeah, very pencil drawn. It was hand drawn. It's all like the people that did this basically self-published this. But your necromancers, to go back to Chris's, I don't want to start rumors. You're basically digging through you're digging tunnels in this underground to try and find, I forget what the darkest pit or the dark pit. It's where like the main evil energy comes from. But it's basically a last necro standing. You're placing this hex grid down as you're digging through the underground, and you're collecting like body parts to make these minions to help you do the thing. The art, it screams the theme at what you're trying to do in this game. It's not a very complicated game to play, but it's it's very strategic in a way.
Nice.
To make sure that you're not putting yourself into harm's way and getting killed. The art is it's like that death metal kind of rocker kind of thing, but the way the game plays, it's I've never seen it on anyone's list ever. They did an expansion or something else with it that's integrated into like a second edition, but with something else. But yeah, if you don't know about this game, look it up. It might be harder to find, but it's worth it.
All this artwork looks like all the artwork in the margins of every note I ever took in high school.
Right?
That is so true, actually. This is great. I mean, I'm going to seek this out. This is cool.
Yeah, this is cool looking.
I'd never seen anything like it, right? The way that the things work, the way that the mechanism is very simple. It's it's not hard to get your head around the way the game plays, but it's
Nice.
hard.
Very neat, Michael.
Yeah.
Very nice. Oh, you're already getting scheduled for games.
Yeah, Madison for sure. We will.
Wait, when is FallCon?
FallCon is in Calgary, and it is end of August, I believe.
Okay.
So yeah,
I'll allow
that's gonna be fun. Are you guys coming? You guys have to come to Calgary soon.
I'm coming to visit.
Yes, please.
I want a selfie with the dinosaur.
And then leave.
That's
So-
just a selfie with the dinosaur.
That's my number 4, Mansions of Madness. I have not played the second edition.
Nice.
So this is also 2011. But I haven't played the second edition. I had played it. The second edition uses the same kind of app as the Lord of the Rings one, and I played that. So I kind of know what to expect. But the reason why I haven't is because I love this edition for all of its mistakes and issues that it does have and setups and stuff like that. But I love this edition being the GM version, where you get to play the monsters and stuff. I didn't want to lose that. That's why I didn't go to the second one. Should give the second one a try either way, but I just love playing this game because it has real story in it, right? Whenever you're playing it, you're thinking the whole time like, oh, they're going down the wrong place. They're going to look at the wrong thing, And yeah, I've had a game or two where, oops, I put that card in the wrong place and it kind of ruins the whole thing. Right? But,
that's user error. That's not, you can't blame that on the game.
Yeah.
Sure. It definitely, well, there was one story that actually was worded incorrectly and they put out an errata to fix it. And because I got it, I don't know if like other editions fixed it later on, but so there was one story I couldn't play because it was incorrect because of the edition of whatever it is. But in any case, I want to try the second edition, but have either of you tried the second edition?
This is the edition that I have also, and for the same reasons, I haven't upgraded just yet. But I mean, Rodney Smith loves this game, and he mentioned that the second edition is great too. So I'd love to try it one day. The unfortunate part is I love horror games. I don't have a lot of people in my group that enjoy them, so we can play them. So maybe you both need to come to Calgary so we can try it.
Yeah, I don't know if this was for the last question, for Mike's or mine, but
I think maybe it is about this one.
Okay, so Mansions of Madness, yeah, it's basically one against many, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've played both, and I like this one for the reasons you mentioned. I think if you can have somebody that can run the house and do it properly, I think there's something that's missing in the second edition, because although the app, it probably isn't as nice anymore as when it first came out, because if it runs the same as Lord of the Rings or it runs anywhere like Imperial Assault, the way that the new Descent is rocking the app is so user friendly and so intuitive that I might have mentioned this on the show. I had played Imperial Assault with the app after I had played the new Descent thing, and it felt like 2 steps backwards in its integration. And I think the app for Mansions had the same kind of thing, but some of the narrative didn't line up. Like when we did a thing and we clicked a button, it would talk about like a buy a key in the hallway, and there was no buy a key in the game. Like there was nothing. So there were just some missteps that I feel like instead of us creating the narrative, the app was doing it for us, and that didn't seem right. But every time I played this edition, the first edition, with someone running the house, as long as you don't misstep and place a card in the wrong spot, I think it's more rewarding than playing it fully co-op with the app.
That's what I would think. I guess I should try the app before I say that's a fact or whatever in my mind. But yeah.
But it is nice to say that you can play it fully co-op with people, because otherwise you have to have somebody to run the house, right? So someone, if you know the game and it's your game and you're having game night, right? Or it's George's game and George is having game night, George is always going to run the house and never gets to experience the other side. So
that's a cool idea. I didn't know that it varied up the app if you played before. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steven, I had heard that actually. That's what it was kind of exciting to hear that part.
Yeah, I'm sure there's pros and cons to both versions.
For
right?
sure.
So, but yeah, I didn't even thumb through all the imagery and stuff, but well, there isn't much. That's why. This is all like TTS, it looks like, or tabletop,
Maybe.
and this is all man-made or other people. Yeah, this actually comes with it though.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All those pieces and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, this is just a whole story on its own. It feels kind of like whenever your dungeon master goes crazy on Dungeons and Dragons, and they're like they buy all the stuff. It feels the same way. Yeah.
So George had mentioned earlier, it's the stories that come out of the games that you play, right, that stick with you. And I know I probably have talked about this before, but one of the first times I had played this was with the neighbors that used to live next door that turned me on to gaming. This was the second game I played. So the intro into this amazing world was Arkham Horror 2nd edition, and the second game we played was this. And it was me and John, and his wife was running the house, and we started the story, and there's this dude naked on fire running out of the house, and he says, "Do not go in the cooler." And Mike goes directly to the fucking cooler. And I was stuck in the cooler. The place lit on fire. The lights went out. Shit was coming out of the freezer. I spent the entire game in this blacked out, locked freezer room while everyone else was doing all the cool shit. But it was such an amazing time. Like, there's no way I'm not getting out, and I never got out. And it was so great.
That's so funny. So you had the same fate as, the poor butler in the original Tomb Raider. We would all like lock in the cooler in the fridge.
Right in the cooler. Yep.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very cool pick. For you.
That makes me think of thanks. That makes me think of a moment in a Pathfinder game I had where we found a statue of a frog and it said, "Do not feed the frog." You want to guess what somebody did immediately, which caused all this trouble and stuff. But yeah, you can't tell players not to do a thing.
My friend, we were playing Castles of Ravenloft, and he's like, "Don't keep opening all the caskets." I'm like, "Treasure, treasure!" And then I revealed the vampire, and we were dead. And that was it. It's like, yeah, okay, you're probably right. I shouldn't open every casket I see.
That's the fun part.
It happens in anything, right? I was playing Call of Cthulhu for a minute through an entire scenario, and one of the things warned us about this tapestry on the wall, and whatever. And we go up to the room, and there's the fucking tapestry. And what does Mike do? I want to touch the tapestry. Nope, I was knocked out for the rest of the round. Like, couldn't do shit, just wasted.
Oh, at least that's all that happened when I played Arkham Horror. Not to jump on that again, but there was one card I read. It was just like, yeah, you see a tapestry on the wall. You look at it, and now you dead. That's it. I had no rolling, nothing, just dead.
You had no choice in the matter.
And I was like, Eldritch Horror is better than this. All right, moving on.
Hashtag wrong. You're fine.
All right, let's do our number 3.
Number 3. All right. My number 3, as you can see, I love... where is it? Aliens. And it has to be Nemesis. I don't know if it's that much of a horror, but it has a really cool moments here and there. When the queen shows up, for example, and people are trying to escape, and you're not sure if anybody's like the betrayer. I just played this again with the Roxley crew just on Saturday. There was actually Manny, the artist that did all the dice throne art, and love that guy. And so we played together, and we had some epic moments playing that on Saturday. So. And yeah, I had to put it on this list because of my love for aliens and sci-fi horror and stuff like that. And again, I don't know if it scares me as much, but I think it fits. But it's also, a great game.
Oh, sure. I mean, it's based off Alien.
Mentions was this one.
What was that? Sorry?
This is one of my honorable mentions.
Oh, is it? Okay, perfect.
Because for the same reason you had brought up the Haka Ono, I haven't played it, and I've heard nothing but good things about it. It's 19th on BGG's list. It's ranked really well, and again, everything that I've heard about the experience in playing this has been stellar. So,
Yeah, and I mean this should have just been called Aliens, the board game. Like,
Sure.
yeah, very
Yeah,
well done.
I'd love to try this too. I haven't gotten a chance to try it, but big fan of Aliens. So
Yeah,
So now
if
we're
you
going
like,
to
I tell
and
that to everyone. If you like Aliens, this feels just like it. You're gonna have a really good time. Yeah, and I love that you all get sort of secret objectives as well. That was one of the epic moments we had. Like Adam Wise from Roxley trusted me. Unfortunately, that I actually convinced him to change a path to where we're going. Like the whole ship needed to go to Earth, but I secretly needed us to go to Mars. And so I told him where to shift it. And the whole game, he trusted me. And then the end, it was the moment where, we both survived. He opened his eyes from cryo and he realizes we're not on Earth. And it was a great moment. And he's like, "What? We're on Mars?" And it was great. Such a good time.
That's great.
But at least we survived, and we barely survived.
So cool.
Yeah, same thing. I need to get this game.
So now we're going to Calgary to play Nemesis, and what's the other one? Oh, Mansion 2nd Edition, right?
Yeah, anything you guys want to play.
All right.
What's your number 3, Mike?
I really can't pivot that one really well. So I'm going to go with my next one from 2014.
Mm-hmm.
It is ranked. It is ranked 2118 on the list. It is given a 6.8 overall. It's very Yahtzee dice-ish with zombies. Also designed by one of the Arkham Horror co-designers. My co-designer on Batman.
Oh,
It's not zombie dice, is it?
It's not zombie dice.
Is that Zombie 15?
No, that one's way too much to set up and play.
Yeah, agreed.
Run, Fight, or Die.
Oh, yeah, right. Nice.
Love
it worked for Gray Fox. I should have known that one.
You should have.
Since
yeah,
we did it.
They did a 2nd edition. They upgraded the art. They streamlined a couple of the things, but other than that, there's no reason why you just can't play this one. Super easy to get people into. The idea of rolling and then keeping some stuff and rolling again is not something that's out of bounds for people to understand. In addition, you have those different zones. And at the end of the round, all the zombies kind of creep in towards you. But on the right side of that board, they have exactly the icon that you need for that zone, right? So if they're up against you in zone 1, you can use the bat. But the bat is not in zone 2 and zone 3 because they're right up on you and you could smack them in the face with a bat. So the idea of like introducing somebody new to a genre of game like this, it's just intuitive the way the cards work, the way you're getting the followers, and they could benefit you, but they could also just make more noise and be a nuisance. It's just a very easy to learn, fun game. The only downside of it is if you're playing with a higher player count, there is some downtime in everyone's turns until it gets back to you. So there is a maximal player count, a best played at 3 or 4 players. I would say 3 is fine. But yeah, there's a lot of fun with it. There's a town line that you want to cross, and if it comes up and you have one of the end game triggers is 5 followers, then you do this thing. The person with 5 followers might not win, so gaining all the followers might not be a benefit. You could still win in other ways. It's just a fun dice chucking kind of screw your neighbor, put some zombies on their board, like distract them by sending stuff over. And there's a major boss, the big guy that you can fight if you want to, that takes more hits than just whatever. But there's multiple ways to heighten the experience once you get to know the game a little bit better.
Nice.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Yeah, I think I worked a little bit on the Kickstarter for that.
The 2nd edition?
Yeah.
The Reloaded? Yeah. It's nicer art for sure. But again, it's fine. There was nothing really. I need to get that edition over the other. If you got a chance to get this one because people were selling it cheaper, because they were getting the 2nd edition or whatever, it works. Right. It functionally does the same exact stuff. So
nice.
That's a good one.
Very cool. All right, so my fifth one and my fourth one were Cthulhu based. If I say that my third one is also Cthulhu based, can you guess what it is?
I'm gonna. It could be.
I didn't even do that on purpose, by the way.
Is it
What was
the
it?
dice version of Arkham Horror? What was that called? I forget now.
Elder Sign.
Oh,
Elder.
Sign?
Yeah,
it is not, but
No.
that's good. Mine is a study in Emerald.
Oh, Neil Gaiman.
Yes, I haven't played that one yet.
Which edition?
So,
The Art of the Flash or the new one?
Actually, I have the 2015 one, which I understand has a like a little bit tweaking to it.
It's also harder to find and it's more expensive.
That one?
This is the version that I have, I think, too.
It's the older one.
It's still in shrink, too.
Yeah, this is the one I have. So the best thing about this for me is that you are on. There's basically two teams: Team A, Team B, Team Cthulhu, Team Sherlock Holmes. It's Sherlock Holmes in the world of Cthulhu, right? But you're either a loyalist to the Cthulhus or you're a restorationist. Is that right? Trying to fix it, basically. And you're going around to different cities and you're trying to, manipulate things, but nobody knows who's on what team until basically things get revealed, right? So it's really interesting to try to figure out, okay, why'd you play that? Why'd you do that? Oh, you must be on this team. You aren't. Why'd you do that in the first place? Now all that fun, interesting kind of stuff. It's an interesting world too. I'd love to see a show or something like this where
that would be cool.
It's an alternate universe where Cthulhu and all of them have taken over the Earth, and you're living in this world that's run by these things. And
well, maybe the success of the Sandman, Neil Gaiman could.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because it is based off of Neil Gaiman. Was it several series or was it just one book?
I think so. Yeah, I actually don't know specifically about this one, but The Sandman is one of my favorite. Yeah,
but yeah, it's a fun game. I know that the track of the restorationist versus the loyalist is it's always hard to explain whenever you're teaching. Like, okay, you are on a team and you're going to do stuff to make this stuff go up and all that, and you don't know exactly when it's going to end. It's all nebulous, like the way you have to play. But once you play it once, you understand how it works and stuff, right? So, yeah, sure. It's a fun game.
And the second edition just streamlined things. That was really it.
That's what I heard. Is that it's kind of like just made things a little tighter, a little easier. But I never played the first edition, so I wouldn't know. Very just cool. On a short story is what we're being told.
That was one.
Who would probably know? Yeah. So, promise it's my last Cthulhu.
No one believes that, but
this is the harder one to find, I guess. The one.
Yeah. I don't have that one, but yeah.
Or, you know what? I think that is the one I have. I can't remember now.
That's the first edition, right?
Yeah. I forgot it was Martin Wallace too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Oh yeah, the track is completely different. The track is all the way over there on the left.
Right. I mean, graphically, it is sure.
Yeah. I wonder. I've heard great things. I just never got it to the table.
Ooh, is that true? They did a graphic novel as well. I got to check that out.
Ooh, that would be cool.
I thought that
would be good.
One novel. I have DeVito saying it. It's
Graveyard was great.
All right, so now we're on to our number 2. Or in Mike's case, just some other game.
I mean, come on. I'm ranked earliest to most recent release. That's all.
I hinted at this earlier, but I thought they did such a cool job with the campaign and the fact that it was such a cool idea for a game that could be expanded on with more and more and more. And now we already got season 2, but of course I'm talking about Final Girl.
Oh, nice.
I finally got to try it, and I have to say, I felt like I was in the movie. Like, I didn't play it solo. My sister was with me, actually, and it was still fun to do together, like to make decisions together and freak out when the killer was like, no, he's killing our people, we need to save them. But it's thematically so well done. I really enjoyed playing it, and I had to go all out. Of course, I got all the mats and everything. And now the season 2 arrived. There's some specific stories that I'm dying to play from both. One, of course, is like Alien, but Poltergeist is really exciting to me. The one that's like based on Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm excited to try that. But I just love the concept of it. I just love that they're all like little movies that you can just pull out and play. And I'm not usually the idea of solo gameplay to me is appealing, but I've never had time, or when I sit down, I'm like, maybe I should go watch a Netflix movie or something. I just get distracted because I think I enjoy games mostly because of the people. I don't know why. I'd love to though become that person one day. If anyone has any hints on how to, let me know. But yeah, so this is definitely my number 2. I feel like it took horror movies and there's been attempts from other board games as well, which I think are also, some of them are also great, but really love what Van Ryder did for this.
Well, they're all horror fans too, right? Like they love the horror genre, the film noir genre, but what they did with that line of stuff was just, you can tell that they made sure it was like a passion project, right? If you can, I don't know anywhere in these pictures if you can find it, but the new big box that came for all of them, there you go. The new big box that came for all of them, the way that you put the mat in the thing that looks like a VCR. Yes. And then all of the things are like VCR, VHS tapes.
Exactly.
Like
it's brilliant.
So yeah.
I've talked with them, lots about scary movies and things. Like my first Gamma last year, I was in line, and believe it or not, it was the wrong line. I was with AJ in the wrong line, and we started, he mentioned to someone who he was, and I was like, oh my God, I am in love. So I started talking with him, of course, the whole time. We were there for 20 minutes talking about scary movies and Final Girl. And I was definitely fangirling. AJ, if you see this, you already know that.
You should have AJ on the show. We've had Evan. I don't know if AJ would be.
Evan is another great guy. I love Evan. Yeah. Actually, funny enough, well, maybe I'll wait in case you guys mention this game. I'll mention that story after.
Okay.
I feel the same way about solo gaming, is that for me, it's all about the interaction. So if I do a game by myself, it's usually a video game. I hope maybe these would be turned into video games. That'd be awesome. But
yeah.
This is the one that has tempted me to do it because of the theme and the mechanisms and stuff like that. I'm so tempted to do it. I was just like, will I really do it, or will I get the games and just geek out at all the artwork and then not actually do it? So that's the only reason why I haven't. But yeah.
They all play very differently. Like the core concept of all of them is the same in the way you're doing your things, but the big bads of each of the things, they do make every one of them feel different.
Yeah. That's cool. And plus, Van Ryder makes amazing. So, one of my favorite games is Detective City of Angels by them, and so I definitely always watch what's coming out there, like Dark Quarter coming out, which you of course know because I saw you did the video for.
Yeah. I keep bugging them. I'm like, we need to work together, even though we kind of already worked together. Even though Lucky Duck hired me for that one, I'm like, we kind of.
Another one you cost me money on.
Yeah, that was. That game looks amazing too. But I was gonna say, for this one, what sold me also was Paula Deming's Table for One video. Where she just kind of did and played on her own, and she seemed to have so much fun, and she really sold me on I can do this on my own. I can do this. She's awesome too, and I have her promo card too. She has a promo card as another final girl you could play as, which I thought is awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
I didn't know that. I'm hopeful. They have Van Ryder has something in the works that I might be involved with, and I really hope that they use you on that one.
Ooh, okay. That would be fat. That would be, I would never say no to Van Ryder.
They're great people. They make unbelievable games, and hopefully we'll see.
Cool. Good luck on that.
I can't. I want to talk about stuff, but I don't know if I can. So.
We're all full of secrets.
I'll behave.
All right, number 2, Mike. Before you give up secrets.
My number 2.
Yep.
Like my
Or
number 2.
Your whatever board game.
All right. We definitely talked about this one. There are so many that I want to talk about. There really are, because when
this is the second one he wants to talk about.
This is the second to last one. Well, not the last one I want to talk about. I already mentioned Nemesis as a thing, so that's good. But all right, so we've talked about this one on the show before. I think the theme is just bonkers cool. It came out in 2015. It's got a rating of 7.1. It's ranked 754th. Has to do with you kind of running a hotel.
Oh, wait a minute. This rings a bell. What's the name of that? I think I know what you're talking about.
Or maybe not a hotel, maybe an inn.
Oh, blood something. Blood something in.
Bloody Inn.
Bloody Inn. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Even guessed it right there.
Yeah.
Nice.
So the concept of it, right? You're like hiding bodies in people's, like you just don't want to get show up. The concept of it's really neat. The gameplay is easy to understand. It's definitely different. The art is different.
That cover art alone.
Yeah, it's just really cool. It's not hard to understand. They're like looking at it for the first time, you're like, wait, what does all this mean? But once, like Chris had said, once you play it once, you know what's going on. Like turn 1, turn 2, okay, I got it. But yeah, when certain people show up, you just want to make sure that you're not found with the dead bodies. So you want to like put the dead bodies somewhere else. Just a cool concept, easy to play. It's not a very long game, but can create those moments where you're like flipping a card and the wrong thing happens at the right time, kind of thing.
And, like I was going to say, the other interesting thing about horror games is like, I might say that doesn't scare me, but I've had people in my group who, don't really love scary movies or watching. And some of them are like actually kind of more affected than I am. They're like, this artwork is actually pretty gruesome, or it's, it's kind of like, I was thinking about the game afterwards, like before going to bed. And I'm like, interesting. So it depends on your level of exposure, I suppose. So for some people, look at these faces. They could be nightmare fuel, right?
It could be.
This artwork makes me think, like, it's not the same kind of artwork, but it's the same creepy feeling of Courage, the Cowardly Dog. Like their artwork in that stuff would sometimes be so weird and just off that would make you feel like something's wrong with this character or something.
There's like a nightmarish, uncanny valley thing going on.
Yeah. Very
cool.
Well,
it's interesting with this as your main genre for the topic, because like for a horror, like you want the jump scares, right? You want to feel like you want to have a certain feeling when you're watching like a horror flick or a TV show or something that's going to make you feel that like dread or that anxiety. And it's hard to get that in a tabletop game. And I think what makes it work is the narrative, right? Like Arkham Horror is not a real horror game, right? I never feel like something's going to come out. Like when I go upstairs and the lights are off, I don't really feel like there's a cultist going to sacrifice me. Like it doesn't give me that thing, but the narrative in your head, like good readers create the film, the narrative is what's driving that moment, those moments in the game that stick with you.
Totally. Unless you have extra friends hiding around the house.
You could also have friends scared, hiding around the house trying to scare people, for sure, with big Cthulhu masks.
We all love Cthulhu.
Yeah, of course.
Hell Cthulhu. All right. My number 2 is an obvious one, but it's an oldie but goodie. Oh, it's an oldie but goodie. Betrayal at the House of the Hill. A lot of people have played scenarios of this, and sometimes they fall flat, and that's true. I can't argue against that, but I have so many fun stories of games with this, even the ones that have fallen flat. Like, in fact, one time I showed this game to somebody for the first time, and of course they become the haunted person, right? It's always a random person who becomes haunted, and it's always the person who doesn't know the game. So he gets the game, he reads his thing. Yeah, of course. That's everybody's experience. He gets a little book he has to read by himself and try to figure out what in the world. And he gets one that's like bats. I'm not spoiling anything. It's a bunch of bats are taking over the house, right? And we win if we kill all the bats. Well, the thing that counts how many bats come in per turn was windows. And we had a really weird build where there was one window. So one little bat goes tweet, 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 and I go, end of game. It was just like such an epic failure. But even that is a fun story.
It is. You just told us.
Now there's good horror stories in there where, like there's your evil twins you have to kill, and there's werewolves and all the classic stuff, and some really weird stuff like being shrunk in miniature and just strange things that they come up with too. So I really love the theme and stuff. I think mechanically I like the D&D version better, but story-wise I actually like this one more. So
also, you could just house rule it, and whenever the betrayal happens, it could be the person that wants to be the betrayer, not the person that doesn't want to or doesn't know what they're doing or is going to have a bad experience doing the thing.
So what I usually do is I keep that in mind, and if it looks like we've played pretty well and they're a pretty strong gamer or something like that, I don't say anything about that. But if they're like really, I say, okay, let's just, they have a mechanism in the book. It's not a house rule. They have a mechanism in the book that says that if you don't want to do that one, just move to the next row over and do that one. So you just do that.
And we can stay on topic because my number one is the same game, and I brought the Legacy one.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Because we're just trying that out now, and finally, I've owned it since it came out. But for the reasons you mentioned, I love it as well. I think we've had some great stories from this game, and I've played it many, many times. And I've gone to the extreme of like all the items. I have like physical little things that we can use instead of just the cards because I'm crazy. I've seen crazy people like put together the whole mansion like in 3 levels, and like it's pretty cool what people have done with this game. Yeah, I just really love this one. The Legacy version is interesting too because of the I like the idea of continuing. You start with your ancestors, and then if they die, right, you kind of like continue the storyline. So far, it seems like it's working really well. I don't know what the rest of it is going to be like, but for me, it was just more, betrayal. So I had to be my number one because of, I think, all the fun I've had with it.
Is this a metaphor, Donnie?
Yeah, I haven't played the Legacy one, and I want to get it and play it. I just have not been able to.
Just another reason for you to visit.
There you go.
I don't see any negatives here. I see no negatives.
I am very curious about Michael's number one.
Are you?
Even though it's not your number one.
Yeah, it's just some game. Just name a horror game. Go ahead.
So, I started by saying there's a caveat with this one because for those that know, Arkham Horror would be my number one in everything. It was my intro to the game. Oh, there you go. Well, yeah, as life does after a pandemic. Yeah. It was my intro into the hobby. It was my modern board game experience. It will always be there, in addition to the fact that one of my games is with the co-designer of Arkham, and I can call him a friend. So Arkham will always be my number one, and especially in this category of horror games because it's Arkham fucking horror. But that aside, I always said I won't use Arkham, at least on this show, because I've done it on the board game rundown. I won't, when I talked about Troubles, I won't use Arkham Horror. I won't use Asking for Troubles, and I won't use Batman in this stuff because they're near and dear to my heart. So my number one is 2019.
Okay.
It's ranked 8.2.
Okay.
Or it's rated 8.2. It's ranked 75th on the BGG Top 100.
75th.
Oh boy.
Wow.
It is also Cthulhu based.
Oh.
Oh.
What is it? Is it the cards, the card one. No. The the 2-player card Cthulhu. No.
It's not
No.
the Horror Living card game either.
Thank you. No. What is it?
Cthulhu Death May Die.
Oh, I never played that one.
It is very well done. Looks like it's a chore to play and to learn. It's not. It's expensive, but rightfully so. There's a lot of stuff. The production value is amazing. The art is great. You don't need that. That is a playable thing in the game.
We found the next thing that goes behind George.
I was gonna say, don't say we don't need that. I don't need people to know that.
You don't need it. It'd be great to have, but you don't need it to experience the game. I think the game is.
Oh, that's funny.
It's well done. It's very well done. Had a great. We played it at the brewery on a Tuesday. Was that one wearing a hat?
Yeah, looks like Houston Astros too. It's funny.
That's great. The cheaters. Oh, you know that reference though. You know.
I do. Well, I live in Houston, dude. Yeah, I know that one.
All right. Yeah, I think it's great if you have a chance to play it. If somebody in your group has it, knows it, or that's bonkers.
That is so funny what they've done with these.
Yeah.
I like how none of these are the picture of the game at all. We
know?
lost the game.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
First picture of the game.
Yeah, it's really cool how we had one that had a very strong fire mode or fire thing going on in our game. So like the way that the fire was spreading and the way we had to deal with it, in addition to all the other shit that was getting thrown at us, like it created a lot of those moments and the table talk of, oh, wait a minute, why don't you go over here and do this thing because you'll have your ability trigger based on gates that are open or whatever. It was highly cooperative, and the communication that was in our game was really well done. So a little bit of a barrier because of the cost to get it. Not that much. It's not like Kingdom Death cost, right? It's not near there. But yeah, if you have somebody in your group that has it, or you're into Cthulhu or co-op games, like it was really well done.
That's fun.
It's cool.
Nice.
Yep. It was either that or the Cthulhu Wars, but I think Cthulhu Wars is overproduced for an area control game, and the way that it does things, there are better games for it. Although there are cooperative games and Cthulhu-based games, I think this one, it's newer. It's worth trying to get to the table, whether it's your own copy or somebody in your group.
Nice.
All right. Well, my number one has already been mentioned by someone else.
Ooh.
Can you guess what it is?
Is it me and it's Ghost Stories?
Yeah, it was by George, actually.
Is this also one of your favorite games?
Dead of Winter.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Dead of Winter was after I played it, I said I never need another zombie game again.
Yes.
This is exactly what I want from a zombie game. Gives you the exact feels, the exact story. You feel like you're in the moment. The hidden agendas is the real sauce that makes it work, right? Because there's one traitor, unless you mess up like I did once and make two traitors. There's one traitor. That was a bad time. One traitor, and everybody else has their own special kind of thing they're trying to do too. So it's like, why are you hoarding that medicine? I know you're hoarding that medicine. You must be a traitor, but they're just holding on to it because that's their little goal, right? It's just amazing. And the stories in between, yeah, we already talked about it a lot, but plus the Santa, who's kind of Bill Murray-ish.
Totally. There's a lot of that in this game.
Yeah. But it's
that is awesome. Yes. And that is one of my all-time favorite board games in general. So.
Yep. Yeah, I just don't think there'll ever be a zombie experience that tops this for me in board games. So.
Well, and the best part is it's not really about the zombies. That's like
right, exactly. Just like a Walking Dead, or at least the first part of it. Yeah, it's about the people and the things that happen with all that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Very cool. Nice.
Nice.
Good pick.
We want to talk about any leftovers. I'm actually surprised one of mine didn't get mentioned.
I do have a few honorable mentions. Should I just quickly go through them?
Yeah. Let's see if you hit some of mine.
I've never played this, but I am dying to meet people who want to try it. But I've heard amazing things about this House is Haunted when you actually like use your house and you turn off the lights and you put things in different rooms and cards, and everybody starts from the outside of your house and then you go into your house and then you do stuff. From what I hear, it's super cool and immersive, and actually it can be really scary because you have, like, in some rooms you have no light and people are hiding. That scares the shit out of me sometimes. When if you have a friend who's like gonna hide in the closet and jump and scare you, like, I can't do it. I also can't do the opposite. If I'm trying to scare someone, I actually scare myself when I'm like in the closet waiting for them to walk by. Does that ever happen to you? Anyway, maybe just me, but it sounds really unique and cool. Like, I have never even seen what it looks like. Someone mentioned it to me, and I'm like, that would be perfect for a Halloween evening, or something like that.
So this is like a party game almost, huh? Because
It's like a party game, but apparently it's pretty scary. So, yeah, I mean, I'm taking their word for it, so don't take my word for it.
you may growl, scream, or roar, but you may not speak. If you fail to scare the player, they are trapped too. If you scare the player, haunting card is broken.
Yeah, because I think you're trying to scare the other people. Yeah, that's what it is.
Huh.
It's very interesting to me so far. So I feel like it was good to mention for this episode.
For sure.
And then I mentioned Alien, so I'm going to say a few things. Like, this Alien game was a great experience. It made me feel like like I was experiencing the movie in board game form. I haven't tried this Alien RPG, but I hear really, really great things. And I've never played this, but I'm going to show it because it's like a collector's item now. It's like the old Alien game.
Oh, wow.
And the picture is of that toy that they had, like, back then, the Kenner toy. So I've never played it, but I had to, of course. I got this as a gift, actually, from someone. And then my other honorable mention is, like, I can't wait to try Vampire the Masquerade chapters. Fly Us. I feel like that's going to be really immersive. What I've played so far, because I worked on the video and stuff, made me feel like the video game. If you remember the Vampire Masquerade video game, the PC game back in the day. Very fond memories for that. So I feel like that's going to have a lot of moody atmosphere. They also have a soundtrack. Expect the candles to come out, all of that stuff.
Is that who put that together? Is that Renegade or is that
Fly Us game?
Oh, Fly Us. So Renegade has the RPG, I think. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and Fly Us also did Werewolf, which I think will be cool too. Really good too. But yeah, I'm personally like more drawn to the vampire one because I like the source material. But that was me. Oh, upcoming games like Terrorscape looks cool with the big mansion in between the two sides.
That was awesome.
That could be cool. I feel like that one probably was inspired a lot by be careful playing this.
That might be the house one.
Yeah. But anyway, those were kind of my honorable mentions.
Oh, we got some honorable mentions from comments here.
Yeah.
Horrified. So Horrified was on my list. That's the one I was surprised no one mentioned.
I can't wait to try Nightmare Productions. That's from Trick or Treat, right?
Yeah.
I can't wait to try that one. I haven't tried it.
Yeah, I saw Sorcerer on the horror list. I didn't know that was a horror themed game.
I don't know what that one is.
Yeah.
There was just a fantasy deck builder. I had no idea apparently what that one is. Oh yeah. So Scott Rogers did the Alien game. Also had the Chainsaw Massacre one.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. You know Scott.
Yeah. He'll yell at me if I don't mention.
Oh yes, right.
That one?
Yeah.
That's where I could see. I mean, it's got some elements to it. Yeah, people crawling on the walls and stuff. Yeah, this looks horror-like. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, zombie thing on the wall. Sure.
I need that one.
Yeah. Also had Mysterium for a lighthearted.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I considered it a lot to put it in there. My group loves that one.
I only have the what do you call it? The Poland version. I like that art better
Yes,
than
I
the
do
American
too.
version. Yeah.
I also do too. I will not try to pronounce it though.
No, I can't. I can't. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna do it.
Chris better know this, but George, do you know what the playtime is of Mysterium?
I
Very-
believe it's
Very
an
specific.
hour.
Nope.
Yeah, it's very
No.
specific. Strange.
Is it actually?
Very
I don't
specific.
remember.
Down to the minute, actually.
Oh, they did something cool like that. I don't remember.
42 minutes.
Of
42 minutes.
should have guessed.
Mhm. Fun fact.
All right. Well, that was fun. Did you have any more?
I-
Yeah, I was about to say.
I could have sworn you would have mentioned it. We've talked about it ad nauseum on the show. It's just fantastic. But Dark Moon,
Right.
it's so great. It's such a cool, like, immediately, like, turn one, when you put the dice out in front, you're automatically accused of why the hell, like, what are you doing? Why are you trading? Or why are you the trader? It's so good.
Dark Moon's great. Yeah.
Dark Moon's awesome.
Yeah, that would have to be at least number 6, if not maybe in the. I don't know. I might put Dark Moon before Eldritch Horror, actually. So.
Oh wow.
Ooh. So your list is inaccurate, then, is what you're saying.
Yeah. No, it's just ever changing.
Okay.
Well, and we can hope for that, like assuming some of these newer games come and they're just mind-blowingly good, and we have this discussion next year and it's different.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. So, do you want to? We're already an hour and 40 in, so I know you got a few little trivia stuff for us set up. Do you want to do the ranking game, or do you want to do the top 50 BGG thing?
Let's do the ranking one.
All right, because that one's fun to.
It's stupid fun. Yeah. And then, so basically, I if there is a tie, then I'll go to the top 50 questions, which are really just 2, but they're interesting. Anyway, all right. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna show you any of this because that would give anything away.
Am I supposed to have a marker, by the way?
Yeah. Yes.
Something to write on.
You can, but you don't need to write these down.
Oh, okay. Well, then no.
I'm not going to reveal the answer until the end, and then it'll make sense. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm going to have a sheet in front of me that looks something like this. Okay, it's going to have a game, the name of the game on it. It's going to have the year it came out, the ranking, and the rating. Which I don't know if I'm going to give you all of them. I might. But I'm going to read off on BGG. They have comments that you can leave for games while you're rating them, for whatever reason you're rating them. And some of them are just fucking stupid. Like, one of the ones I was reading was like, I'm ranking this a 1 for all the people that come and rank Kingdom Death a 1 or whatever, because it's just people are stupid. So I did a ranking of a 1, and then another ranking of a 1, and then a 7 and a 10.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So they'll be back-to-back 1s, but in it should be something that you might be able to pick up on that'll help you with the game. And then a 7 should help you even more, and then the 10 hopefully will help you get there. But what'll happen is I'm going to let you guess once for each game. If you guess during the first number 1, you'll get 5 points. But then you're done. You can't guess again. But if you wait till the second number 1, you'll only get 3 points. And if you wait till the 7, then you'll get 2 points. And if you wait till the 10, you'll only get 1 point.
All right. But we only get one guess for the entire thing.
You get one guess. All right.
What if both of us guess incorrectly? Do we get to start over?
No. Like, I'm gonna read them off. Whenever you decide you want. If you want to guess out of the gate, then you're both gonna put your guess in. Great. If you want to wait, then we'll wait. But I'm not gonna reveal the answer. You could be right. You could be wrong. So I'm not gonna reveal the answer until you've both given me a guess. Whether that's the round 1 or round 4 of each game. There are 5 games, and they each go the same way.
All right. I hid the comments from me, so you need to look at that every now and then, see if they have good guesses.
I will do that.
Because I want to cheat.
All right. So I have Chris and George set up, and I'm going to read you the first one. Okay. I'm not going to give you the dates or the years because I think that might tip it off. I'm not going to give you any of that stuff because it might tip it off on too many things. So I'm going to read. I'm going to do this one as the first one.
Give us the graphic designer.
Right. Who did the video?
Actually, that might be helpful.
Yeah, and some of them.
All right. So this is a on BGG. Somebody, and some of these have a couple, like multiple people had commented. So I kind of put them together. But this is a ranking of a 1 for this game. Spreadsheet Victory Point Matrix, the game. Graphics are hard to read and pretty generic. The game is about optimizing your way through the spreadsheet with some luck and randomness included.
You know what's horrible is this feels familiar, like I've read this before.
I thought he was going to say this feels familiar. I feel like I wrote this.
I wrote that. Yeah.
I wouldn't have wrote that.
None of these games are asking for troubles. I wouldn't do that to you. None of them are Batman. I wouldn't do that to myself. So, so would you like to venture a guess?
Oh boy!
For the entire thing, we don't get to guess again, right?
If you guess, you're done. Yep.
No,
but it is worth 5 points if you get it right.
I can't guess.
I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
I'll also wait.
Round number 2. This is also a ranking of a 1. Only for score maximalists. Cryptic scoring, no way to gauge your progression against other players. Strategies are impossible to counter.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Aren't we all score maximists? Are we all trying to score the most points? What are we trying to say?
I didn't write it.
What was the last part? I was too upset about the score maximists.
Okay. So only for score maximalists. Cryptic scoring. No way to gauge your progression against other players, and strategies are impossible to counter.
I think this is going to be another skip for me.
Yeah, I'm going to have to skip as well. Yeah.
Okay.
There's too many things that could be.
It could be. Right. So this is a ranking of a 7.
Okay.
A nice Euro game with interesting decisions. Unimpressed in my first plays, but have come to appreciate how smooth and streamlined the game is. Only 1 page of rules. The balance is exceptional, and optimizing your score is quite difficult.
Oh.
1 page of rules.
That's a good hint right there.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of games that have 1 page rules.
And you also get the nice Euro game with interesting decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Also, remember, this is the internet and people are stupid.
Oh, shoot. Well,
Right.
That, you just basically take out everything we just think we knew.
Well, with that, I don't think I can guess.
Yeah.
Jeez. 1 page of rules.
It's 2 points if you get it.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth giving up. Well, why not? I'll give it a try. All right, I'll give it a try. Is it King of Tokyo?
So your guess is King of Tokyo.
It does have 1 page of rules, I think. Run back.
And George, you want to guess or you want to wait?
No, because I think he has it wrong, and then maybe I have a chance now. No?
I think I've got it wrong, but I had to give it a try anyway.
No, only because I don't think it's 1 page.
Oh, really? Well, could be wrong. It's been a
But
while.
I also could be wrong. I haven't played that game in forever.
Yeah, it's been a while.
All right, this is a ranking of a 10.
So I didn't get it.
I'm not
Oh,
giving
you're not
it.
going to tell me.
Yeah, he said he won't
Waiting
tell
for the
you.
end.
Yeah.
If George had guessed in that round, then yes, I would give it away. But
Right.
since
Okay.
we're going to wait. All right, so this is a ranking of a 10. And Chris, you're done. A very good and fun resource management trading hand management game. Those are resource management / trading / hand management game.
Okay.
Easy to learn and teach, yet offers a good depth of strategic variety. Base game and expansions are attractively designed and of overall high quality manufacture. So now you got a
Well,
lot of information.
I think I was definitely wrong there on my guess, but
I also feel like they could be so many things. With a 10 though, what would that be?
And everything else you've gotten. Got a couple guesses coming in the comments.
are any of them right? I'm not looking at them. So.
I'm not going to say.
I guess I should probably guess something, right?
Sure, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, throw a guess in there.
Resource
also, I'm
management.
not sure if you played these. Like, I have an idea.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's also a turn.
They're also. I will tell you this. They are all in the top 100.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That changes everything.
Hey, Adam.
I have a second guess before you reveal it for no points, if that's the case.
Well,
I
let's
mean,
let George give
what
a
happens if I don't guess?
guess. It's 0 points whether you guess wrong or
Yeah.
don't guess.
Same thing if you don't play the letter.
I'm going to take the honorable route and not guess.
Got it.
So, Chris, what do you think?
Power Grid?
So, Power Grid would be your second runner-up.
Yeah.
It is not King of Tokyo, and it is not Power Grid. This game came out in 2013. It is ranked 21st on BGG's list.
Wow.
Viticulture?
It's got a rating of 8.1.
Oh.
It is one of your top 5 favorite games ever, if not your top 3.
What?
Concordia? Whoa, to all the ones in there that you're totally wrong.
It is Concordia.
Oh,
I really like.
Now those comments are hilarious when you think.
I
about
love
it.
the spreadsheet victory point matrix of the game.
Yeah, that is so funny.
It's my second favorite game. Yeah.
There you go.
I definitely wasn't thinking of Concordia at all.
No, I wasn't either.
Oh, the hand management, trading, resource management, Euro type.
The slashes threw me off, I think.
Yeah. I was like, okay, that's tons of games. Yeah, it's you don't know which one they're focusing on.
Mm-hmm.
No one said anything about using the action cards the way it does, which is its defining mechanism, right? Or even the Mediterranean.
There were plenty of comments that could have helped you get that answer, but I don't want you to get the answer. I want this to be more fun. So,
did the comments get any of them?
No, we had Monopoly and Catan.
Monopoly. Who guessed?
I mean, that's
funny.
That should just win.
It would be great if that was it. Yeah,
That'd be
I'd have
awesome.
to agree with some of the ones. Although, you still have fun with Monopoly. Oh, you need to try it. It's really good.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Everybody wants to get more points. That's the point.
Board games is not golf. You want the highest score, not the lowest. All right.
Well, some of them, I guess.
Game number 2.
Okay.
And this is a ranking of a 1.
Okay.
I don't like worker placement, and this is the worst worker placement game.
You said you weren't doing troubles. No.
That's a great comment.
I have a guess. I'm going to do it. All right.
I'm not going to guess now. Are you doing it?
I'm going to do it just to do it.
Okay.
I'm going to say Lords of Waterdeep.
Oh.
Lords of Waterdeep, guessed by Chris. I'm not saying that's right or wrong.
Yep.
And Dyson is along with you.
Ooh. I disagree with it, by the way, but.
All right, George.
All me.
This is
boy.
another 1 ranking. It's like a bad deck builder and a bad worker placement game put together to make something that is worse than the sum of its parts.
Crap, I know what it is now.
Do you? Can you tell me? I'm just kidding. Just type it. Just send me a I have to pass still. I'm thinking.
Fine,
I'm thinking.
You might get points, and
Yeah.
Chris might not, or
Yeah.
Chris has more points
Yeah.
than you at the end of the round.
Yeah.
Also, he doesn't seem very sure of his first guess right now.
No, that's fine.
no,
Keep
my first
going.
guess is good.
Let's get at
All
least one more clue.
Okay. This is ranked. This is a 7 ranking. I'm surprised how much I like this, given how little I like Clank.
Oh. What? Now I'm
What?
confused.
Nope. Now I'm confused again.
I think he chose that on purpose to throw us off.
Mm-hmm.
I sure did.
Oh no! I guess I have to ask for one more.
Yeah, we're going one more.
Yeah, like that. That threw me off completely.
Okay, so this is a ranking of a 10.
Right.
This game was one of those games that I thought was hyped because of the IP and not for a good game design. But I might admit it was love at first try.
It's the other one.
An IP game. He didn't like Clank. That's why I'm going back to the Clank guy. Oh, it's also like brain fart time for me. Like I have no idea. No idea.
No guess again?
With an IP should be helpful, right? But I can't think of any.
I mean, Waterdeep does fit the IP worker placement game.
Yeah, but
Well, does it though? Like when I think of IP in my mind is, yeah, you're trying too hard to make me guess Waterdeep, but I'm not. And it is Waterdeep at the end of the day. I'm passing.
Okay. It is not Waterdeep.
is it Dune? Is it Dune Imperium?
It is Dune Imperium.
Nice.
I should have waited.
That was a hint, I guess. Yeah, he's right.
Was it?
Yeah,
I still don't get it.
They
I got it
it.
from the IP. But what is it with Clank? Like, you're not running from a dragon or anything in it. What is? I don't understand that one.
You're not running from the dragon.
Is it just because? I know. Is it just because it's a deck builder?
Same designer.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Great. All right.
Michael, you had way more fun putting those together than I think we did guessing them. I'm just
I want it to be more fun anyway. So whether you guys get points or not, I want those moments of, well, wait a minute, you just fucked me with that clue.
Yeah, that Clank one threw me off. But it was good at the end of the day.
They're interesting though.
All right. Let's go to this one. You ready?
All right.
Ranking of a 1.
Overlong.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Overlong multiplayer solitaire. Almost completely luck based. I'd rather play Monopoly or Dice in the Alley.
That's a great comment.
Dice in the Alley. Yeah, I'm not gonna make a guess.
No, I'm gonna wait this time too.
No, that doesn't give it away. No. Okay.
No.
All right. Another one. Random Luck Fest. Luck Fest. Not. It's an L. What a disappointment of not a game really. Sitting down and rolling a d6 against your friends 50 times in a row, highest total wins, has similar appeal, or just watching paint dry.
Oh my god. People are vicious.
Yeah. I have a vague guess, but I'm sure the next clue is going to make it not work. So let's hear the next clue from my. Yeah, I know. Unless George has one.
No, I would prefer much rather like to guess the comments. Start with the game. Guess the comments.
Nice.
Match comment to the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This is a ranking of a 7. Fun game. Fast game. Sometimes a frustrating game. The only reason this is not higher, my luck can literally run out before I push it. That's not really push your luck. That's just luck. Also, the components are bad. I can't read my thing. The little tokens, I'm laughing and I can't see. The little tokens take in all your sweat and grime and just feel horrible.
What?
What? How much does the person sweat when he's playing the game?
Yeah, who are you playing with? Probably not play games with them.
I mean, if the tension is that high, that sounds like a good game, I think.
Sure. This is also a 7. They decided to rank this as 7, even though
Right.
their bits are grimy and sweaty.
Yeah.
Sounds like more a personal problem than a game
Yeah.
problem. It did make it so that my guess would have been wrong, so I'm glad I didn't guess that. But I don't have a guess.
Nah.
Nope.
And I'm gonna stick to my tradition in this game. No
Okay.
guess.
He's tricksy. You can't trust the 7.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is a 10. We like greed-based dice games like Farkle, and this game is an upgraded version where you get to deck build your tokens to improve your ability, both in terms of probability and power.
Quacks of Quindleberg?
So that's your guess, Quacks?
Yeah, maybe. Probably not.
I mean, you tell me your final answer.
Sounds like a good.
No, that's my final answer.
Yeah, that sounds like a good guess. Yeah, I don't have a guess this time. I'm out.
Are you not guessing?
I don't know. Talisman. It's wrong, but
Another favorite of yours. Okay, so we have. I mean, this is horrible.
Moist.
Oh,
We did have Can't Stop in the.
I thought about Can't Stop, but is that the answer?
Nope, these are not right. But this is.
Quack, you got it.
Did I?
You did. It's Quacks.
Nice, Alan. Let's go. Good job.
Good job.
Nice.
Wow.
And that was the last clue that gave it away for me. And none of the other ones got me thinking about Quacks. But somebody mentioned Dr. Horrible, Moist. I love Dr. Horrible.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I actually have a couple of little collectibles of Dr. Horrible.
Oh, fun.
Nice.
Great soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Whoa. So on Quack, someone was like, just roll dice against your friends. That was their number one.
Yeah. Yep. They'd rather play Monopoly or Dice in the Alley. And then the other one was sitting down and rolling a D6 against your friends 50 times in a row. Highest total wins, has more appeal, or just watch paint dry.
Yeah, I disagree because I actually love that game.
I agree with you.
And my group, like everybody I've introduced it to, it's actually become my new gateway game, to be honest.
I think it's a pretty decent game. I don't hold it like real high in my thing, but it's a decent game, and I totally disagree against the one. So
Dyson's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they need to get the plastic.
Upgraded. Yeah, those are better. And the bags with the round bottom is even better too. If you can,
You got to get the upgraded bits, or else the sweat and grime from.
Yeah, you can't deal with that stuff. A friend of mine 3D printed holders and then resin over the top of the cardboard. So you print them, so you put the cardboard in it, and then resin over the top of it, and it gives it a tactile feel when you're in the bag. I get it. It does upgrade the game, like rather than reaching in for the cardboard, but the whole grime and
if you play the game a bunch and then do that, you'll seal in the sweat and grime with the resin. Yeah,
all right.
Memories.
Seal in the memories.
Our next game, currently after three games, we're on 3 games. George is up 1-0.
Yep.
I
blame you. With the whole outfit and everything. Sweatbands.
Oh, the bands and everything? Yeah, like big leg warmers. Yeah, sure.
It's not jazzercise unless you wear the leg warmers in the head.
Gotta be tights, onesie, leg warmers. Yeah. All right. This is a ranking of a 1. Actually, this is 3 different rankings of a 1. I bracketed them because there were 3 different comments, and I thought they should all be here. One of the most unabashedly boring games I've ever had the poor. I definitely spelled something right.
Didn't you write these down?
Yep. I didn't write that. Fortune. That's supposed to say fortune. Okay. One of the most unabashedly boring games I've ever had the poor fortune to play.
Tells me nothing.
Okay. One of the top contenders for the most boring game ever.
Okay.
And this is the 3rd comment. Opposite of fun. Rules are even more abstract than the game itself.
Ooh,
that might be a good.
Yeah.
All right.
5 points. You want to take a guess?
Is this the last one?
No, there's one more after this.
No, I'll hold off.
George?
Of course, you already knew I was going to wait.
You're waiting? Okay. I just want to make sure. 5 points. That could be a game ender right there.
If you can see it in my face.
Man, I want to make a guess, though.
I mean, I would have loved to get all those points.
You know what? I'm going to make a guess. I'm going to do it.
You're doing it?
You know I always shoot for the moon.
Okay.
Photosynthesis.
Oh.
I'm writing down photo. I'm not writing down the whole word.
People call that abstract all the time when it's not. And a lot of people hated it. So,
all right, George, this is your the rest of the round for you. This is also a 1. It's really not a new concept. It's similar to Patchwork, and this guy just made a bunch of money on it. It's really not that great a game. If you are fooled by the colorful pieces, then you're an idiot.
I know it. Boo.
Now, but wait, is it accurate comment or a crazy person comment? Because now I'm all confused.
You got people that would rather play dice in an alley and watch paint dry.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's a good question: are you one of the ones? Did you make this comment?
I didn't write any of these. I don't take the time to write Yelp reviews on shit. Like it sucks.
No,
I don't.
You just have a show.
I do. This is my Yelp review.
I'm gonna wait for one more. I'm thinking the next one's gonna give it away for me.
Because 7 has been really good for everybody this entire game.
Yeah.
All right, this is a ranking of a 7. Doesn't stand out. Pleasant game, nothing exciting. Sluggish and frustrating gameplay. Some of the quirks around placement and scoring make it fiddly to learn. It's a dry tile placement game at its heart.
Oh, man. Okay. It could be so many things.
Mm-hmm. You've gotten good clues in this one, though.
Yeah? Well, it says you.
Says me. Of course. I picked them.
Chris, what was your pick again?
I said photosynthesis, but
So no tiles. So you're definitely wrong.
Yeah, definitely wrong there.
Then in that case, maybe I'll get a point next clue.
Okay. Ranking of a 10. These are actually 3 different rankings of 10s. Perfect mix of beautiful art, puzzle, and a dash of strategy. Clear leader in fast games. The abstract nature of the game does not compromise the experience. High quality components, especially the tiles, which are thick and lovely to handle.
Of course it was. I should have guessed it from I was going to guess Azul from the second clue.
Is
Is
that
it
your
Azul? Yeah.
Is that your guess?
Yeah. I should have gone with my gut.
So we've had a couple Calicos. We had Isle of Cats. But it is Azul.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should have followed my instinct. Yeah.
I was right there with you in the second one, but I'd already guessed
Yeah.
photosynthesis.
Yeah. With the second one, I'm like, is it? Yeah. That was fun. That was a good one. But yeah.
All right. We're on to our
Well,
last
at least
one.
I got another point.
You got another point.
Yeah,
You're up
so-
to 12.
So now I can't win unless I get the 7 comment. It's 3 points, right? Because he's got 2 points.
You need to at least get the 3. No, you can get the 2. Yeah, you get the 7.
Oh.
Tie it, and then I have a tiebreaker.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Nice.
Okay.
So I just can't go to the very end on this one. Okay. Not
There's
that
no
I have.
negative points. I was thinking about like if you guessed early, it was negative points, but it's just straight up you're getting points.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I thought so too, Dylan or Dyson.
Yeah, I thought about it, but yeah.
That was early too.
Yeah, good job,
Azul
Corey.
was early. I think that was after the first number 1.
Wow.
Corey, I think when you made that guess, that was after the first one, right?
Corey's the man.
Yeah.
All right. Last one.
He's going to win this game just like he won every game at the Gathering.
Yeah, right.
Oh, no, that was Donnie, not Corey.
All right, here's a number 1. I thought this was clever. This is a 1 ranking. Mega point salad with stale ingredients. The game is AP inducing. and player interaction isn't solid. Everything is tactical with little strategic choices.
No guess for me.
No guess from me either.
It looks like you want to make a guess, though.
I do, but I figured like we go head to head will be better.
All right.
Sure.
This is another one ranking. Boring, ugly piece of crap. I disliked every aspect of this game. Try to find redeeming qualities, but I honestly couldn't with this game. Physically had to stop playing because it was just awful. Constant exercise of counting guys and squares.
Counting what?
Guys, G-U-Y-S, guys.
Oh, now that threw my guess off.
Yeah.
Guys and squares.
Constant exercise of counting guys and squares.
Oh, no. That can't be it.
Oh. All right. I'll try it.
Oh, no.
I gotta try it for the win, right?
Sure.
Because if he guesses,
so if he
the
says
next
a guess
one-
and it was something I was going to guess too, like,
you guys want to take a guess? It's worth 3 points right now.
yeah. So if he guesses at a 1 point, we'll tie, or if he guesses at the 2 point, I lose.
Right.
oh, okay, you go ahead, Chris.
But you could guess at the 2 and George guesses at the 1 and you still lose. So,
Say the last one again.
what was it? Oh, constant exercise of counting guys and squares. Is that what you wanted? Or you wanted the physically had to stop playing because it was just awful?
Guys in Squares sounds like it should be like a movie or something.
All right, I'll make the guess.
All right.
Do it.
3
For
points.
the win.
Carcassonne.
Carcassonne. All right. Moving on.
That was one of my guesses too.
Do you want to also place that guess?
No, I'm gonna. Well, I can win with the next one, maybe. Oh no, and let's see if he gets this. No, yeah, I'll wait.
If you get the next one, you'll win. So
Okay.
Yeah, might as
Or
well.
Okay.
A free clue.
This is a ranking of a 7.
Yep.
For being a game with fairly straightforward mechanisms, the sheer number of options and scoring combinations can cause AP in the most strategic players. Just go with the first good-looking option. I kept getting AP, which made me uncomfortable.
Oh. Damn, I don't know now.
it's
Again,
not Carcassonne, is it?
everything.
I like Carcassonne. That should be a game.
Yeah. I don't think it's Carcassonne, so I think I can wait.
AP
Oh,
is analysis paralysis. If you ever play a game where somebody is taking too long trying to think of every possible, if I do this, I get this, but if I do that, I get these points, but that'll give me these points, that's AP.
Yeah. I think it's not Carcassonne, so I'll wait for one more.
So you're banking on Chris being wrong.
Yeah.
I think I was wrong. Yeah.
Okay.
I have another guess, so it's not gonna. Yeah.
All right. This is a number 10. All right, 10 ranking.
Yeah.
Fits nicely between Gateway and Brain Burner. Lots of decisions, beautiful components, easy to learn, a bit fiddly, but needs to be to allow the very cool gameplay. Surprisingly simple under the cover of a busy playing field. Could see this taking days with the, what did I write? With the wrong AP-induced players. With the wrong AP-induced players.
I don't know if that helped at all.
There's a good clue in there, if not
It
two.
solidified my second guess, but that doesn't help.
Now,
already
if he's wrong and I also don't guess at all, I still win, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
I've already lost.
Wrong,
Yeah.
You got this no matter what. So
I'm
would you
going
like
with the honorable route. I'll honor my last few rounds that I won.
You're not even gonna guess?
No, because I think I'm going to get it wrong for sure.
There's no penalty.
That's fine.
Okay, Chris,
Yeah.
what's your second guess?
The 5 tribes?
You would be correct in 5.
Good job. See, I wouldn't have guessed that.
I would have at least tied it, right?
No. Had you gotten that right? Oh, your second guess would have been at 2 points. So yeah, you would have tied it.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's it. Those are the 5 games. So after 5 games, and the score was 2-0.
No. Well, thank you, Michael, for putting that together and
Yeah.
having to, sort through probably these comments.
It's super fun. Like reading some of them, like I say the word really, like I talk to the computer, like really, like this person decided to put that in there for what reason? Like why are you doing that?
That is great.
But I like the ones because they don't really count because they're upset by all the fanboys that do the 10s, which is why the people are doing the ones. Like, why? I don't like worker placement games. Then why the fuck did you play it? Like, why? Of course you're gonna rank it a 1. You don't like the fucking genre. Like, come on.
Well, to even like make an effort to go and rank it, like that's the surprise part to me.
The ones that really drive me crazy are the ones that are like, I haven't played this game, but
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, stop reading immediately because I don't care what you're saying.
Yeah, play the game, then rank it. Like if you want to use it as, some people use it as a system to like mark where it is in their collection, right? It's in bin X something, or I get that, but when it comes along with a ranking, like you can use a comment and just comment on the game, but when you accompany it with a 2, like why? What is it there for?
Yeah.
That is funny. There's a commenter on Asking for Troubles that says, in the living room on 3rd shelf in the pantry.
Perfect.
And I was like, that's funny. Now I know where my game is in your house.
Right. Is there a ranking? Did they rank it?
Yeah, they ranked. It was I don't know, 7 or 6 or something like that. Yeah. So not only did they rank it, but then they comment of where it is, which made me think, like, are there games in every room of your house? Are you just hiding games in all the shelves and closets and stuff? And
Just
that's how
know
you
which ones are in the bathroom.
Yeah. It's a scavenger hunt.
Codename After Dark.
So what do I get for winning? I'm just kidding.
You beat Chris, and you can brag about that every time you see him.
Got it.
There's a lot of people that can say that, though. Pretty much everybody at the gathering, to tell you the truth. I think I lost every single game except for the 2 prototypes I tried, which Corey and Donnie won with theirs. So
Nice.
So
I mean, that's something, Chris.
Real quick, this is the other thing, and this would have been the tiebreaker, but this is the other thing that I had come up with. So curious, this is where you can write down your answer because I don't want you to. I want you to write your thing. Okay. Out of BGG's top 50 games, okay, how many of them are ranked 8 or higher?
Oh,
so we're just guessing a number between 1 and 50 at this point. Okay.
Correct.
All right.
How many of them? I use ranked. How many of them are rated at an 8.0 or higher?
I'm gonna say 22.
Only the top 50. Your guess is 22.
I wrote 14.
14 for Chris, 22 for George. We're doing closest without going over, I would assume.
14's pretty low, but yeah, I guess I'll stick to it. Yep.
Final answer?
Sure, I'm on a losing streak anyway.
Are we good with George? You're good with yours?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna stick with mine.
48.
Oh come on.
I guess that's why they're.
That makes sense. Anyway,
there
now
are
it's
only
like
2 games that are ranked in the top 50 that are ranked less than an 8.0. One of them is Puerto Rico, and the other one is Agricola.
oh wow, neat. That's a neat fact.
All right, so here's.
I wonder, you can look at the ratings of those. I wonder if Puerto Rico's ratings dropped ever since the talk about the whole colonization theme and stuff like that.
Man, it was the first one that was ranked under an 8, and it was ranked at 7.9.
Nice.
So one step further, how many of the top 50 are ranked 8.5 or above?
Oh,
Oh, you're being
The other way.
You're being asked about, are you using geek rating or user rating?
Yeah, when you click on the game, the number that's in the hex. I don't know what that rating is. Whatever that.
What was your question again?
How many in the top 50 are ranked 8.5 or higher?
All right. So we got to write this down.
Or you could tell me.
I want to say 32.
24.
24, 8.5 or higher?
Yeah, I just did a reverse 42.
Nice. That works too. George, what was your guess?
I said 35. Didn't I? Yeah.
8.5 or higher? 9.
Ugh.
9.
Only
Wow.
9 in the top 50 are ranked 8.5 or higher.
Oh, man.
Man, that's a tight little margin then, huh?
Everything else is 8.5 or less. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 41 are 8.5 or higher. The top ones, Brass Birmingham, which is an 8.6. Gloomhaven, also an 8.6. Twilight Imperium 4th Edition, also an 8.6. And then you have Pandemic Legacy Season 1 at 8.5. Arc Nova, 8.5. Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion, 8.5. War of the Ring, 8.5. Eclipse 2nd Edition and Clank Legacy are the 9 that are ranked 8.5 or
I've only played 2 of those. I played Clank, but not Clank Legacy.
Brass is amazing.
Brass is good. That's your Roxley team too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I have that on my to learn shelf. The Birmingham one.
That's my entire collection, pretty much. The shelf of people are posting their shelf of shame. I'm like, it's probably easier if I post what I've played.
Yeah, I just finished putting together our. There's still little bits to it, but putting together all the games and the game shelves and stuff. I found all my games now, so I don't have that excuse. But I have so many games that I haven't learned that we have closets in the game, and so they're full up in there. And I have 2 small shelves, 8 holes basically of Kalax that are the next ones to learn. You know, like the ones I really can't wait to learn, and Brass isn't one of those. So
nice.
Brass is good. Brass is gonna be. It's gonna be a chore. It's gonna be.
You know why it's taken me this long? It's because one of my most horrific experiences in board gaming is from the original Brass, because the guy that taught us how to play, Aaron calls it the Freddie Mercury cover, because the guy on the front has the mustache. He looks like he's. It was just one of those miserable experiences where he was just looking for people so that he could play, taught us as much as we needed to know to begin, and then would just be like, oh yeah, here's another rule. You can do this. Ha. And, you know, just destroyed us epically in it. And it was just miserable. It was just a bad time.
Another reason to visit me in Calgary is because Roxley and Gavin lives 4 minutes away. And I'm sure they'd be delighted to teach us Brass together. So you won't have that experience with the new Brass, I would say.
No.
Yeah, I've heard, and I actually think the original Brass probably deserves a better chance, again, a second chance, because that was teacher related. So
you have Matt up there now too, right? They're back in Calgary, Matt and Carlin.
They are back, and we are actually I'm excited to go to Adam's birthday in June. Everyone's going to hang out together. Yeah, they're just awesome too. All when everybody gets together, it's like such a good time. Well, you get a sense of that at the gathering, but yeah.
Matt and Carlin are great. Even Adam, even though he likes the Flames.
Adam and Chelsea are lovely people also. And I don't know if you spent time with Gavin, but I love Gavin.
Yeah, they're all great. They were. Was Gavin at? Did Gavin come to the Griffin? I know he came last year. We had a great time. It was Matt. Like the whole crew was sitting there.
Yeah, this year he came. Yeah, we all did.
Yeah, it was great. They're great people.
I mean, I did 5 times.
The Griffin?
Right? That you kept inviting me to dinner, and I was like, there's always different people to talk to, and so it was great.
It really was. It's one of my favorite things now. Is I feel like so the Griffin is there's a restaurant. They've moved recently. It's they're up on the water now, and they're really nice left side of the bar, vaulted ceilings. Like it's got a tavern kind of feel. But their menu, like you could go there and have different things every time you go, right? Their smoked Gouda mac and cheese is bonkers. They have some sort of burger, like gamey burger.
The chicken fingers, though, is where it's
Chicken
at.
fingers is ridiculous. But yeah, it's just a really cool. It's a really cool atmosphere. Even the old location before they moved to the one on the water, and they have a couple in Niagara Falls. But I felt like this year was even more special because there would be like half of the people. So it was basically I don't know. I think I was there 7 times the whole time I was there. There would be half of the people that went on Monday would go back on Tuesday, but then there'd be another half of people that weren't there on Monday. But then half of the people that were there on Tuesday would go back Wednesday, and then there'd be a new half of people. So there was this really cool revolving door of people that had been there but had not met the other people at the table. And then the next day, those people were meeting new people. So there was this kind of revolving door thing happening with those that were going and new people that were showing up that had never met before. Like Donnie and Corey went and they got to meet Justin and Anne Marie from Fireside. They had never met them before. And then the next day, like it was just really cool to have that, to watch that kind of happen. It was really, for me, it's fun. That's what board game is kind of about, right? Going to QSCon, creating QSCon, going to QSCon Tuesday, watching people that don't know each other sit down and play a game together is really neat for me to see. And going to dinner and watching people that had never met each other before, but know of each other, meet each other was
exactly. Really... Well, I feel that's something I enjoyed so much about the gathering. Thank you for hosting and for planning that and putting it all out together. Like that was, I met so many lovely people that way.
I'm glad you liked it because you could have been very easily be like, nah, fuck off. Like I'm not going.
Well, that was the last couple of nights. I was like, I think I'll stay.
Yeah.
only because I think I needed different kind of food, because I mean the food is great, but I was craving something maybe a little healthier.
Yeah, sure.
I know. I was kind of feeling. I was like, man, I need some veg. I don't think they have vegetables in that place.
They had a salad.
If you count potatoes,
it's in the burger somewhere.
It's in the burger. Yeah. There's some lettuce with the burger or something.
Yeah, there was definitely green, something red or orange. Yep.
Yeah, but I was very, 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 very impressed by the feeling I got at the gathering. When I first got at the gathering, I thought, did I arrive too early? It's a long event. And I thought, maybe I'm here too many days. And then by day 2, I'm like, I am not here for enough days, because it was like so great. Yeah. And I already booked, like the night I was waiting for my my Uber that night, the last night, I bought the tickets for next year already while I was there.
Yeah.
And the game I was going to mention was, because nobody mentioned it, but Blood in the Clock Tower. I played that because Carly hosted. She was amazing at it, like at 1 a.m, and I ended up being I ended up being the bad guy for my first game. And I had 2 minions, and Evan was one of them.
Nice.
Right. So yeah, he was my minion, and we killed enough people to win the game. It was pretty awesome. But that has some cool themes too, some darker stuff going on too, I think. And with conversation, depending on who you're with, you could totally go really dark, really quickly.
I want to try that one. That was on my radar.
It was fun. I feel like if you're gonna play it with anyone, like Carly was perfect for that. I was really grateful she did that. Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Well, it's been really fun. We should probably wrap it up since it's been 2.5 hours of your life.
I didn't even notice, you guys. That's how much fun it is.
Please like and subscribe if you like George. What was that?
I said we can keep going. Definitely like and subscribe if you like George. Go follow. Go find a way to support. Do the thing.
We will definitely steal your likes and subscribes.
You can have them. I'm happy to give them.
Yay! See, he gave his blessing.
Nice.
And thanks for everyone who came to watch too. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a good active chat. As always, some new folks popped in. Some veterans that have been there before, supporting us along the way. Thanks to everybody, obviously.
And so website is Oniro. Did I say that right?
It's perfect. Don't worry.
All right. Oniro.com.
I happened to be wearing my shirt today. No, I'm just kidding. I totally wore it on purpose.
Yeah, sure.
No, thanks, guys, and thank you for having me. Thanks for all the kind words, and yeah, you guys are wonderful. Can't wait to hang out in person again. But this kind of felt like we did in a way. This was great.
In a month, right? In a month.
You got me. All right.
Just to raise the stakes a little bit higher, I just want to let you know my birthday is June 19th.
Oh no.
Whoa.
Is right, like it's there, right? No. So it's like a birthday week kind
we
of
have
thing.
To do something for your
Played
birthday.
the birthday card.
I'm just
fine.
I'm just over the edge. I'm just pushing you over the edge on that one.
And good night, Donnie and Corey. It was so nice to see you guys too.
Yeah, good stuff.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. We'll be back again next week with Mike.
Josh West from Think Fun.
Nice.
He'll be fun to talk to about a bunch of stuff. If you know Think Fun, look up their stuff. Be ready for next week. Have some questions for Josh. And then 2 weeks, we'll have David. We've already talked about him as well. And some know if you've attended QSCon stuff, David's been there for the past couple. So also another, the next couple people, and not that everyone isn't great, but we got some new folks that are guests on the show that
starting after this show.
No, there's some of the coolest. Like the more things that happen throughout the year, the more conventions we go to, the more people you meet, right? And then you really start to there's just some really, really nice and genuine and cool people in the industry. So I'm excited about the people that are coming up, because there's some of the newer friends. Like I just met George at the gathering, and now he's like, I want to hang out with him all the time, because he's just one of those people that they're just really cool. So I'm excited about the people that are coming up. There's so many stellar people in the industry. I wish this was happening every day, because there isn't enough time to show all those amazing people. So yeah, stay tuned. There's some good stuff coming up.
Feeling is mutual, Michael, except if Chris asked me, Michael, Katya. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I do love and miss Katya, so I hope she was here also.
So yeah. Is it a close second, or is like the scale's even?
It's like your top 5, I would say, Michael.
Excellent. Yes.
Touche. Okay. Oh, well done,
great.
sir. Well done. I took my hat. That was good.
That's awesome.
Good night, guys. Thank you for everything. It was awesome.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
See you guys.
Bye.
That was good.